us how we can use Python. Most of us might feel it's hard. We might feel like we can't really code, but this evening in the session, the analytics are going to be showing you how to do that with ease. Are we all excited to do that?
Yes.
All right. So before we start, I want to meet everyone.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, what did you say?
Yeah, I just want to make a comment here. For stuff to align with all the data protection rules and GDPR rules, I think you need to seek consent of every participant in terms of recording the
I can't hear you again. I've lost you. Okay, so we'll just go ahead. I think I lost him. So first of all, what we're going to do is to introduce ourselves. I want to know where we are joining from. We have a lot of us joining from different parts of the country and the world. We might have people from South Africa. We might have people from Ghana. So I would love us to drop in the comment section your name and where you're joining us from. I would love to meet us before we go ahead with the session. Is that okay by us? Okay, we have G Papa joining from Lagos, joining from Accra. Okay, this is beautiful. Joining from PH. Okay, we have a lot of people joining from different species, from Canada. Wow, this is really interesting. Okay, let me just go ahead and share my screen. So please, guys, confirm you can see my screen.
Yeah, we're seeing it.
Presentation mode. All right, that is good to know. So we have a lot of people joining from different places of the world. Wow, this is really exciting. So we have Canada, we have from Lagos, we have Ghana. Wow, this is lovely. Okay, so we have from Taraba State. So we know we are not just joining from one part of the country. Okay, we have people joining from diverse places just to come in to learn. All right, we'll just get started. Just like I said earlier, my name is Edidio Wudo and I'll be your coordinator for this session. So we'll just go ahead. So first of all, before we start up anything, we want to know what analytics is. Okay, most of us have not heard about analytics before. So how many of us have heard about analytics before joining this session? Maybe you've come across it somewhere, somebody told you. Let me see from the comment section. How many of us have heard about analytics before? Anybody? I'm not getting a reaction. Does it mean nobody has heard about analytics before joining here? Anyways, it's fine, it's good. There's no problem. Oh, you have, okay, I have. All right, that's lovely. At least we have people that have heard about analytics before. That is really exciting. Okay, so we see that analytics is an e-tech company that's helping Africans and different people, both the Blacks, okay, to learn a tech skill to help them to increase or to break the barriers in tech. So what analytics is doing is to help the Blacks, okay, to help Africans and every other country to know tech. Okay, if you see that, if you've moved around the world or you've known people, you hear that they don't really have Africans in the tech world. Meanwhile, Africans, we are really smart and we know we can actually do this. So what analytics is bringing to you is to teach you different tech skills, okay, to break this barrier of we being limited into the tech world. We can actually do these things here. We are actually smart people. So the courses analytics offer, okay, we have data analytics, we have business analysis, we have data engineering, we have data science, which is why we are here today. We have financial analytics, we have HR, we have power platform. So all these skills are being taught here in analytics. Okay, so we have top professionals or facilitators which take all these courses, and our facilitators are working in diverse companies. We have those working in Apple, we have those working in Coca-Cola and the rest of them. So don't feel, oh, the facilitators, they are bringing might not really give us what we want. We have experienced facilitators to take you. We have those ones that have the experiences, okay, you need, and they are ready and willing to share this experience with those ones that are joining Tenalytics to train. Okay, let's share the achievements of Tenalytics in 2022. So in 2022, we have trained we have helped over 30 people to transition from classroom into their first job in tech. So what we mean by transitioning from classroom, mean they did not have any experience in tech. Okay, we train them and they have jobs now in the tech industry. Okay, and we have those ones working in Canada, we have those ones working in the UK, in the US, and in Europe. Okay, so these people we actually trained. They came into us just as you are, and we trained them, we helped them, and here they are in tech world. Okay, they've gotten their first jobs. So you too can actually be among those ones saying, yeah, I was new to tech, and now I have a job in it, okay, thanks to Tenalytics or thanks to the training. So you can actually get these hand skills and also get a job. Okay, so we move over to the impact. If you see here, we have a different news point lines, okay, sharing the achievement or what Tenalytics is doing. You know, it's normal that when you are doing something or when you are impacting, you always have people shouting out to others, okay, this is what they've done, this is what we've done. And we have those news lines here. We say Tenalytics helps Africans across 4 continents land tech jobs. So that you not say we are just saying it. We have proofs, we have news lines that are carrying these achievements in which we've had. Okay, we have another one here from Nairametrics. It's a 1 million up for grab in Tenalytics and Mustard Insights sponsored data analytics hackathon. So this one was a hackathon we did, a competition we held, and we had people who actually won and grabbed 1 million. Actually, it's not just one person. The top 3 people shared this. So you see, Tenalytics is not just here to only train. We also help you to showcase the skills that you have in you, and we also appreciate the skills that you have. Okay, over here we have another. We had the Nigerians need to make data-driven decisions analytics. So this is our founders, the founder and the co-founder of Tenalytics. Punchline actually carried this news. So you see, Tenalytics has gone far. We are not just starting. Okay, we've been in this for a couple of years now, and so you can be assured that Tenalytics has a lot of content to share with you. Okay, moving forward, we have another news line here, still on Tenalytics. This one still on the hackathon in which we held. Okay, moving on, still the news. This is PR Fire is not a Nigerian news line. Okay, so this is in the UK, shouting out that Tenalytics iterates commitments to help Africans get tech jobs in the Europe. Okay, this is still them telling you that, oh, this is what Tenalytics is doing. So you can also be a part of the Tenalytics community. So now here is the hackathon in which we held this year. We had that was in May, and we had 3 people grabbing this amount of money. It's really huge, right? So we had judges coming in from different tech spaces just to come and watch our participants, or those ones that are trained with us, to try to appreciate them, okay, in what they have actually done, and judge them and say, okay, well, this is our product, okay, and we are proud to showcase them to you. And our judges, they judge them properly, and then those ones that came out the top 3 were also awarded this sum of money. Okay, moving forward, you see that we might say we said we've trained over 300 people, okay, and where are they actually working? You see that we have numerous of our participants working in these different specs of life. You see those ones working in First Bank, we have those ones working in Google, MTN, and the rest of them. So they are working in these different spaces or these different frames. Okay, so don't be scared to say, oh, if you're going into this, where am I going to work? There are diverse places in which you can actually work and showcase your skills. Okay, moving on, we are going to meet the facilitator. Now, here with us is Efemina Ipro. He's going to be the facilitator for today. Hello, Efemina. Good evening.
All right, Edition, thanks, Bob. Thanks a lot for your introduction. Absolutely. So we've trained more than 300 people. Okay. All right. So that's just a slip of tongue. All right. So last year we did about 14,000 people last year, training people across the world, from Africa to across Asia, across Europe, across North America, America, and so on. So the 300 number, the number 300 that we did last year were people that had no prior experience, haven't worked in data, haven't done anything. We had people that only had worked as bakers. They were just doing baking for the long time of their own career, self-employment, and they were able to transition into data analytics, data science, and so on. All right, so that's what we did last year. All right, so it was just 300 of that, in which those are people starters, essentially. All right. So, Edidion, thanks a lot for that wonderful introduction. I'm just going to go straight into what we're going to be doing today. I can see quite a number of us are joining from different places across the world, which is I think that's one of the beauty of being with analytics, all right, because, all the things that we're doing is international. We're literally a global company. Do you understand? All right. So, let's to reiterate on what we're going to do today. All right, very straightforward. And I'm just trying to get my slides up. All right, so what we're going to be doing today, and I'm sure the majority of you are familiar with what we're going to be doing today. It's going to be exploratory data analysis using Python. All right. Now, Edidion asked a very, very good question. Very good question. And that question was, how many of you have learned how to use Python? And what's your take? What's your take on Python itself? Some people would say it's difficult. Some people would say it's easy. Some people would say it's hard. Whatever the scenario is, I want to know what you think about Python. So I'm going to be using the chat a lot. Okay, so I'm going to be using the chat, and I want you guys to let's interact, let's talk, let's gist. Because honestly speaking, we're going to be here for the next 1 hour plus or 2 hours maximum. So, we want to let's make this thing interesting. Let's make this thing exciting. Do you understand? So today, for the next 2 hours, I'll be your bestie. All right. So you call me bestie if you manner. You get me? All right. So what's your take on Python? Let me hear. It's hard before you learn. Ah, fantastic. I love that. I love Ibrahim. I love what you said. It's hard before you learn. Okay. Especially if you have someone that is good to teach you. All right. Not you going on YouTube to learn. Trust me, you'll be confused. I have no idea. Vincent, that's perfect. Okay, simply learn. Okay, never used it before, but I was told it's easier. Definitely, it's easier than any other programming language you can work with. I'm new to these. I have no clue. I have no clue. Good, very confusing. I have no idea on it. These are the things that we're doing. All right, and that's the reason why we're doing all these sessions to create awareness. All right, to create awareness, because people always fear. People always, there's so many misconceptions about programming, about data science, about data itself. A lot of people get scared and they feel like this thing is too technical, this thing is too difficult. I can't learn this. I'm not that smart. Do you understand? People come up with these excuses, and that's because there are so many materials online that will really confuse you, all right, and get you scared from learning this particular technology. All right, and that's the reason why we're having this free masterclass to help you overcome this particular fear, make it practical, explain every bit of what we are doing today. And that's what we're going to be doing, okay? All right, so I can see quite a number of people who have not used Python before. Don't worry, I will teach you. I dare you for you, okay? I dare you, I get you, okay? All right, so that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be programming in Python, okay? And we're not just going to be programming. We're going to be doing exploratory data analysis. All right. And under exploratory data analysis, we'll be doing what we call univariate analysis, bivariate analysis, and multivariate analysis. Now, those words will sound very rich and ginormous. and gigantic. And so, I could use different words. All right. And it's going to look so, over the top of your head, like, what is this guy talking about? But you see, when we get to it, you're not like, is this what these people have been talking about? Okay. And you'll now fall in love with data. You fall in love with data science. And that's what we want to do. That's literally my job for today. Get you to fall in love with data science because literally the world revolving around us, it's data that is that's the new oil. People say, all right, it's not just the new oil, it's literally the future. That is what we're doing. That's literally what is driving every decision making that is happening across the world. So essentially, that's what we're going to be talking about today: how to get you fall in love with programming, Python, data science, and so on. All right. So I'm also going to be talking about the pathway to becoming a data scientist. All right. So everybody gets scared when they get programming, when they hear statistics, when they hear mathematics and all those things. Everybody gets scared. And I won't blame them too, because I was scared too when I started. All right. I was actually scared too when I started. And I you know, couldn't come over that fear of, oh, I needed to learn mathematics, I needed to learn algebra, I needed to learn calculus and all these big, mathematics and all that. All right. And these are the things that really turn people off. And I'm going to just show you the pathway to becoming a full stack data scientist. All right. This is what we do. This is what we have done. This is what you're still doing, and we'll still continue to do it. All right. So we're going to build a project in exploratory data analysis. I'm going to show you a pathway to becoming a full stack data scientist. I'm also going to show you remote full-time jobs. You're in Nigeria, you're in Ghana, you're in Sierra Leone, you're in South Africa, you're in any part of the world, but you want to work remotely. You don't want to go to the office. You don't want to go through the hustle of, entering the bus, driving to work, driving back home and so on. So you want to get those remote jobs, all right? We're going to be talking about that, okay? And even tech relocation opportunities, all right? There are so many opportunities in tech, and this is something that we discussed just yesterday with participants. There are so many opportunities in tech, and I'll just give you a tip of the iceberg, of the opportunities that you can get from being a data scientist or even being in tech in general. All right. And the fourth thing is I have a special offer for you. All right. I have a special offer. So if you wait till the end of the session, all right, I have a special offer for you. Now, if you don't wait to the end of the session, you don't get the special offer, unfortunately. All right. So only people that wait to the end of the session will get my special offer. All right. And the last but not the least, one of the backbone of what we do here at Analytics, which is called the Analytics Growth Internship Program. This has helped a ton of people transition from non-technical backgrounds into data, into business analysis, into data science, and so on and so forth. So our internship program is literally what we owed, to a very big, esteem that has helped quite a number of our participants transition into data science. So these are the things we're going to we're talking about today. All right. So only if you wait to the end of the session, you get to hear about the special offer and you get to hear about the growth internship. Now, without wasting too much time, let us go and code. Who is ready to code? If you're ready to code, if you're ready to build a project today in the next 1 hour, 30 minutes, I want you to put yeah in the chat. If you're ready, put yeah in the chat. Let me see you. All right. Yeah, let's go. All right, let's go. I want to flood this. I want you guys to flood this place with yeah. All right, fantastic. I love this. I love this. You guys are giving me the ginger. Give me the ginger. I need a hype man in this place. All right. So yeah, it's fantastic. I love this. Okay. So this is going to be self-paced. This particular session is going to be self-paced in the sense that there are two types of people that will go through the session. Okay. People that want to practice alongside with me, people that want to practice alongside with me, and people that want to sit back, listen, and practice after. All right. So I have two types of people. People that want to practice with me. So if you want to go practical, the way I'm coding, you're coding on your own side. Fantastic. That's good. If you're fast enough, okay. But if you know you're not going to be fast enough, all right, you don't have dual screen, you have a small laptop, it might be difficult for you to follow along. So you can just sit back, relax, and just listen to the explanation I'm going to be giving. All right. And you'll see how easy it is when you're trying to practice on your own. All right. So whatever you want to do, here's the one that's best aligns with you. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to share the browser I'm going to be using. All right. So what I want you to do now, first step one, okay? Step one, I want you to open your browser, open a browser, open any browser of your choice, any browser of your choice. So currently I'm using Google Chrome, okay? Currently I am using Google Chrome, all right? So open any browser, it doesn't really matter. So when you get to the browser, type in Google Colab. Google Colab. So it's called Google Colab. Google Colab. Google Colab. So just type it in your browser. That's all you need to do. Okay. And search for it. All right. So Google Colab is the first thing you see there. Google Colab is the first thing you see. Okay. That's the first thing you see there. So this is the IDE we're going to be talking about. We're going to be using today. This is an IDE. Okay. So I'm just going to, open in a new tab. I'm just going to right click and open in a new tab. All right. Open link in a new tab. That's what I'm going to do. All right. Now, this is my home page. This is the home page for Google Colab. It is the home page for Google Colab. I'm going to press cancel to take this out. I don't need this just yet. I'll take this out, cancel. So just press cancel to take this out. Okay. Click on file up on the top. Click on file and click on new notebook. New notebook. New notebook. And a new tab is going to open up for you. And you have a new notebook. So this is where we're going to be writing our Python code. Okay. Now, who followed that step and I've gotten to where I am? I think I was slow enough. Or what do you think? Use a chat. I will be using the chat for you guys for us to talk today. All right. So who has gotten to where I am at the moment? All right, I'm there. Very well, very well. Okay, let's go. Just very few people. I'm there. I'm there. Okay. All right. So just for the sake of people that are just joining, I'm going to take this step one more time. Okay. But like I said, if you're not going to be fast enough, or if you're not going to at least, be fast, no, I won't say fast enough. All right. I would say just watch, observe, and you can get the recording and practice. I think that's the best thing I would say you should do. Just get the recording and practice. So I'll do it one more time, and that's it. Okay. So all I want you to do is open the browser, okay? Open your browser, go to your browser and type in Google Colab, Google Colab, okay? Now, once you search for Google Colab, you'll see the first option here, okay? Right click and open in a new tab. Right click and you see open link in a new tab. And you see it opens in a new tab. Okay. Now, this is free. Google Colab is absolutely free. The only thing you need is a Gmail account. The only thing you need is a Gmail account. Nothing more, nothing less. Okay. All you need is a Gmail account. All right. So once you get to this particular page, you can press cancel. Okay. And that's it. It takes you away. So I want to create a new notebook. I want to create a new notebook. Click on File and click on New Notebook. Click on New Notebook. Okay. So once you have that, once you click on New Notebook, all right, it loads and it gives you a new notebook. Okay. So I see a lot of people asking questions. Can I use Anaconda? Can I use PyCharm? Can I use VS Code? Can I use so many people coming up with different? You see all these people chatting up. Okay, they are the what they call them. They are like the people that have learned. Okay, maybe they've learned because they have a knowledge of it. So I'll explain something very critical to everyone. All right. So Google Colab. Okay, I'm going to put an hashtag and I'm going to explain. So Google Colab, just a little bit of introduction, is what we call an IDE. Okay, called an IDE. Okay, IDE basically is integrated development environment. Okay, so integrated development environment. So Google Colab is an IDE. An IDE stands for integrated development environment. See, in the world of data, we have a lot of technical jargons. Okay, we have a lot of technical jargon. So when you see this big English like this, you'll be surprised. You'll be like, what does this mean? Okay, and I'll explain it to you. All right. So if you take a look at every application that you have, every application is designed for a particular purpose. Every application is designed for a particular purpose. Now, if you want to create a journal article, you want to write a journal article, you want to write your thesis, you want to write a project, where would you write your project? You would use Microsoft Word. Okay, you will use Microsoft Word. So Microsoft Word is designed for you to write such kind of articles, such kind of projects. Okay, that environment, that Word environment allows you to write articles, journals, and so on. Now, if you want to create the PowerPoint, I was sharing my PowerPoint before. If you want to create a slide, you want to create a presentation slide, you won't go to Word to create the slide. Where would you go to? You go to PowerPoint, because that environment allows you to create, slides, share slides, present, and do all those things you need to do with, presentations. All right. So you see that my PowerPoint is designed fully for, slide presentations and so on. If you want to do spreadsheet application, what would you use? You want to do analysis, you want to track certain metrics within your organization. You would use Excel. All right. If you're looking for a spreadsheet application, you would use Excel. Now, take for example, you write a formula in Excel, okay, equals to 1+1, and you press enter. It's going to give you 2. But now, if you carry that same formula and you take it to PowerPoint, so if you go to PowerPoint and you type in equals to 1+1, it's not going to work, okay? Because that environment doesn't understand that formula, okay? You take that equals to 1+1, you take it to Microsoft Word. You write equals to 1+1 in Microsoft Word. It's also not going to work. Nothing. It's just going to type it in. Nothing is going to happen. So you see, every environment, every application is designed for a particular purpose. Okay. So this particular IDE, this Google Lab is an IDE, it's an environment where you can write Python. You can write Python codes and it will understand the Python code. Now, if I take the Python code from Google Colab and I put it in Microsoft Word, it won't understand what I'm typing. Do you understand? All right. So this environment, integrated development environment, essentially is an environment where I can write Python codes, and it will understand Python code. Now you see all the other ones people talked about, Anaconda, PyCharm, VS Code, those are also IDEs. Okay, they are also IDEs. When you have Microsoft Word, you have Google Doc, you have different Word, Word or whatever they call them. So there are plenty of IDEs out there, but for today's class, okay, we are going to be using Google Colab. Okay, so you can use any other you can use any other application. It really doesn't matter. All right, but for today's class, we are going to be using Google Colab. All right, I hope that's clear for everyone. All right, so let's start. Let's jump straight into it. I'm not going to be doing too much introduction. I'm just going to go straight into analysis. Okay. So now I'm going to just, in order for you to run your cell, let me just put it here so that everyone will be familiar. To run your cell, press Shift and Enter together. Okay, you press it together. So in order for you to run the cell, so I'm currently in this cell, okay, and I want to run this particular cell. I will press Shift and Enter together. Press it together. All right, not one after the other. Press Shift and Enter together. Shift Enter, and you see it moves to a new line. Okay, it moves to a new cell. Okay, all right. So let's start. Okay, so we're going to be doing. Okay, so I'm going to be coming here. I'm going to be typing. The first thing first is to import all your libraries. Import all your libraries. All right. Import all your libraries. So now, as a data scientist, this is a data science project. I'm talking. This is a data science project. Now, if you've not done Python before, all right, I would want you to sit back and see how a data scientist work, okay, or what a data scientist does. All right. So a lot of people, send me DMs, ask questions. What does a data scientist do? What do they do? Everybody talks about Python, but have you ever imagined what Python actually does? How does a data scientist use Python within work environment? That's exactly what we are going to be doing today. So I'm going to be coming up with a case study, okay? I have a data set already that I'm going to be using. I'm going to show you all the data set. I'm going to show you everything, okay? So I'll be walking you through what a data scientist does on a day-to-day basis, okay? Now, take for example, this project has been given to us. The first thing we need to do is to import our libraries, all right? So Python is an open source programming language, okay? Not just open source, it also is very diverse in the sense that you can use Python to build web application, mobile application, data science, data engineering. You can use Python for so many things, all right? So the reason why you can use Python for so many things is because of what we call these libraries, okay? There are so many libraries in Python that allows you to do quite a number of things. Now, for data scientists like myself and aspiring data scientists like yourself, all right, we have the first one, okay? The first one I'll call it, it's not like I'll call it, they use it for data preprocessing, data pre-processing. Okay, data preprocessing, and it is called pandas. It is called pandas. Have you guys heard of pandas before? Have you heard of pandas? Pandas. No pandas. All right. Have you heard of pandas before? So it's called pandas. All right. And the way you import it, you do what you do right in your import pandas as GB. Okay. Now, what does this mean? Okay. What does this mean? All right. Import pandas means that bring in Python pandas. Okay. Bring in pandas. Now, this as PD. This as PD is basically what we call an alias. It's called an alias, meaning that, oh, my name is Ifemena, but you can call me EF for short. You get me? All right. So rather than you calling me Ifemena, what would you call me? You call me EF because it's shorter, it is easier to pronounce, it's faster to type. Do you understand? You get it now? Okay. Oh, my name is Ayodele, all right, but you can call me AY. You get me? Like that's the alias. So rather than me typing pandas in full, I would use PD because I'm already giving it an alias. All right. So that's what we call alias. That's literally what it is. All right. Now, the other library I'm going to import is for data visualization. Okay, for data visualization. So I'm going to be importing two libraries. I'm going to be importing two libraries. And the first one is import Seaborn as SNS. Okay, so rather than me typing Seaborn every time, what would I type? I'll just type in SNS because I'm giving it an alias. All right. Next one is import matplotlib dot pyplot as PLT. So rather than writing this big long English, okay, I'll just write PLT. So Matplotlib is a visualization library. These are the two visualization libraries we are going to be using today. All right. So as a data scientist, when you get a project, okay, when you get a project, the first thing you do, obviously you need to understand the project first of all. You need to understand the problem before you even start coding. I'm making an assumption that we have the project already, understood the project, the business objective, and so on. So when you want to code, the first thing you need to do is to import your libraries. Okay, import your libraries. All right. So I'm going to run this. That is what I call Shift Enter to move. Okay, to run the cell. Shift Enter to run the cell. Shift Enter. And you see now it's loading. All right, it's loading, and you see everything has imported. Okay, so those are the data, these are the libraries that we are importing. Now, the next thing you're going to do is to load the data sets. Okay, load the data set. All right, load the data set. Now, Seaborn, you see the Seaborn, this library, they know you're going to, they know that people want to practice. They know that people would need to practice, how to be very good with visualization. So this library comes, what they call for lookup. Have you guys heard of for lookup before? Have you guys heard of for lookup? If you've not heard of for lookup, Dora, for lookup basically, so you see this library, it comes with data sets. It comes with its own data sets that you can use to practice data visualization. So it comes with its own data set that we can use to practice exploratory data analysis. So if I come here and I write seaborne data sets, okay, I write seaborne data sets, all right, you'll see all the data sets that are there. All right. So you see, these are all the data sets. You have anagrams, you have attention, you have diamonds, dots, and so on. Exercise. We're going to be using tips. Okay. We're going to be using tips today. All right. And I'll explain the data set to you. So basically, this particular library, Seaborn, comes with its own data sets. All right. So what we're okay, it comes with its own data set. So I'm going to write in, I would say df, okay, all right, df equal df, or let me just make it easy for you. Data, okay, equals to sns dot load underscore data set. Okay, close bracket, open and close bracket. All right. So data is a variable. This is what we call a variable. Okay, this is what we call a variable. Essentially, what a variable stands for is an empty container. Okay, so I want to bring that data inside. I want to bring the data in and keep it inside a container. Okay, I want to put it inside a container. All right, so the name of the data set is tips. Okay, so I'll put it in quotation and type in tips and I'll run it. Shift enter to run. Now, this line here has given me the permission to load the data set. Okay, it has given me what? This line of code has allowed me to load the data sets. Now, the next thing I need to do is to verify if the data is actually there. So it's to verify. So the best way to verify is the top, okay, to view the top 5 rows. Okay, view the top 5 rows. So if I have this data set, the data set has been given to me. Okay, so the first thing I would like to do is to verify the data that has been given to me. Okay, to verify the data that has been given to me. So you see this data here, this variable that we created, data. Okay, I'll come down here and I'll say data dot head. Okay, data dot head. Now run it, hit enter to run. Okay, and you see it, the data set is in there now. So you see this SNS, which is Seaborn, it comes with its own data set, what I call for lookup. It comes with its own data set, sample data set that you can use to practice. And that's what we are using in today's class. Now, to view the top 5 rows, you type in data.head. So this will give you the top 5 rows in the data. Okay, so you see 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So essentially that's 5 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now let's take a look at this. Okay, let's take a look at this. Total bill. So this is called the tips data set. Tips, that's the name of the data set. So essentially, if you are a data scientist working in a restaurant, okay, you're working in a restaurant as a data scientist, you're working with Domino's Pizza, you're working with which other big restaurants is there? Can you guys help me? Which other very big restaurants do we have in Nigeria and across the world? I want to see people that are really going out. KFC, yes, that's fantastic. I love that. Ola Olunimi. So KFC, which other one is there? Which other one is there? And it was Subway, Cheesecake Factory, Domino's, KFC, Mr. Biggs. Yeah. Okay, I can see the people that are in Nigeria and the people that are outside Nigeria. So that's good. No wala. Okay, so total bill. Okay, total bill is how much the customer paid. Okay, so when you go to a restaurant, you pay money, isn't it? You go to the restaurant, you will definitely pay. All right, so you buy 2 boxes of pizza, and then at the end of everything, oh, the money your bill is 16.99. So that's how much you pay. Okay, now, so this person, this line, each line is a transaction. Each line is a transaction. So you see this particular transaction, this person paid 16.99. Okay. This person offered a tip of $1, $1, 1.01. Okay. 1.01. That's a tip. So the person paid 16.99 and tipped 1.01. That's about $1. Okay. The sex of this person is a female. So it's the female that made this transaction. Does the person smoke? No. What time of the week? What day of the week? I mean, what day of the week did this transaction happen? On Sunday. The time. So they came for dinner, and size. How many people had dinner? 2 people. So 2 people came, had dinner on a Sunday, non-smokers, they're female, they tipped $1, and the total bill for that transaction was 16.99. Now, second transaction, you get the drift. There were 3 people that came for dinner on a Sunday. They are non-smokers, male, and this person paid 1.66. All right. And the person's total bill is 10.34. All right. 10.34. And you see the list goes on like that. So all the people transaction that happens on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, so on and so forth. So this is data set. And now they've given us this data set to say that we want to know the type of people that tip. I was Obviously that's where you are getting extra money. So tip is not service, is not something, it's just Jara. It's like you going to buy Gary and the person is saying, oh, you don't want Jara, and they give you Jara. Do you understand? So tip is just extra cash that the business can actually use to make more money. All right. If you're living in the UK, it's becoming a pandemic. Okay. Tip pandemic where you have to tip. They will literally they won't force you, but they'll give you the POS to say that put in your money. What is Gary? Don't worry, I'll explain it. I can't. Gary is a lifesaver. Do you understand? I can't explain it. All right. So anyways, if you're working with a restaurant, you would want to find out who are these people that actually tip more. So essentially, so you can actually, the moment I know the time of day, if I know the day people tip more, the time, do people tip more in breakfast, lunch, or dinner? When there are like 6 people, are they likely to tip more? Do you understand? So I want to attract a certain number of people so that I start to tip more, I get more money from tips. Do you understand? So that's essentially what we're looking at today. Okay, that's essentially what we are looking for today. Somebody, Alan Sher, is asking a very good question. He said, "What is Gary?" I don't want to explain it. So if there's anybody here that can explain Gary, okay, please. I might not be able to have enough time to explain that. All right. So, so the first thing we did was to view the top 5 rows. The first thing we did was to view the top 5 rows, and the code was data.head. Okay, data.head. Now, I want to view the bottom 5 rows. Okay, this time around, I want to view the bottom 5 rows. Bottom 5 rows. What would it be? If the top 5 rows was .head, what do you think would be the bottom 5 rows? How would I view the bottom 5 rows? Can you guess? Can anybody guess? Tail, fantastic. I shall be the head and not the tail. But anyways, in data, to view the top 5, you use head. To view the bottom, you use tail. So you see, these things come easy to you. All right, it comes easy once you practice and you get to know exactly what you're doing. So to view the top 5 rows, it is data.head. Now to view the bottom 5 rows, what do? Data.fill, and you run it. And you see this is the bottom 5 rows. All right, the bottom 5 rows. So you can see 239, 240, 241, 242, and 243. All right, so these are the top and bottom 5 rows. Fantastic. So we see the data, everything is looking nice. All right. Okay, so now the next thing we're going to do is a little bit of inspection. Okay, so I'll call it inspection. Inspect the data sets. Okay, so we'll type in data. That's the name of the data. Data.info. Okay, will give you extra information about. It will give you a full detailed information about the data set. So let's do that. Data.info. Now, this info is explaining the data set. Okay, so let me explain what it means. So you can see it's telling you the data set has 241 entries. Okay, you can see here the data has 244 entries. Okay, ranging from 0 to 243. So this data set has 244 entries from 0 to 243. Data columns. So how many columns are in the data set? A total of 7 columns. So there are 7 columns in the data set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 columns. All right. So you see here also you have the column name and you have non-null count. Non-null count. Okay. All right. So you have 244, 244, 244. So as a data scientist, this is a quick way to know if I have what we call missing values. This is a quick way to find out if I have missing values. All right. So this is the quickest way. This is one of the fastest way you can actually get to see, okay, if you have missing values. All right. So D type means the data type. So float means decimal points. Float indicates decimal point numbers. So anything decimal in Python is called float. Category means it's a categorical data set. So category means boy, girl, okay, male, female, okay. What else is there? Analytics participant, non-analytics participants. So those are groups: first class, second class, third class. Those are categories. So you can see sex currently is a category. Is either you're male or female. Smoker, all right, is either you're a smoker or you're a non-smoker. Day, it's a category. So it's either Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. Those are what we call categories. Okay. So that's exactly what info does for you. It gives you a full detail, basically it gives you a full detail about the data sets. All right. Now let's do a little bit of what we call statistical analysis. Statistical analysis of the data sets. Okay. Okay. So I would say for you to do this, just type in data.describe. Describe. Okay. Open, close brackets, and run. Now, this will give you statistical analysis about the data sets. Okay, statistical analysis about the data sets. So you can see here the count. So how many rows? You have 2,244 rows. In tips, you have 244 rows. Size, you have 244 rows. All right. So you can see the mean, that's the average total view. So the average is, on average, people that come to pay, they pay about 19.7 on average. So every customer that comes into the restaurant spend on average 19.7. Okay. In terms of tip, on average, they tip roughly almost $3. Okay, roughly almost $3 on average. And the size, in terms of size, what size again? Number of people that come in. So on average, it's about 3 people, 2 to 3 people that come in on average. So you see, this is the statistics people talk about that scares a lot of people from doing data science. But it's average, and you can see total bill. The average total bill is about $20. All right, on average. Tip, $3. Size of people, 2 to 3 people. It's 2.5. So I would either say 2 to 3 people. All right. And you have other statistical measures, standard deviation, the minimum number, the minimum bill, it's $3. 25 percentile, 50 percentile, this is the median value, this is the 75 percentile, and this is the maximum bill. So this is the maximum amount of money somebody has spent in the restaurant. And this is a tip they indicated. This is the tip they had for you. All right. So this is just data that describes, gives you a statistical analysis about the data sets. Okay. All right. So any question, a little bit. Any question, any question, any question. Okay. Because the next couple of things I'm going to do, I'm going to insert text. Okay. And the next couple of things I'm going to go directly to is exploratory data analysis. Exploratory data analysis. Okay. So now this is why we're here. So you see the flow in which we've gone through. Okay, this is the flow in which we have gone through. All right. So, as a data scientist, when I have a project, all right, the first thing I'll do is to load the data set. Okay. After loading the data set, I would view, I would need to inspect, I would need to see the data set. All right. So, I've seen the top rows, the top 5 rows. I've also seen the bottom 5 rows. Okay. I did an inspection data.info to give me a full detail about the data. And after that, I did some little statistical analysis, give me the count, the median, standard deviation, so on and so forth. All right. Then after that, I will now start what we call exploratory data analysis. So let me just take a few questions so that we can, all be on the same page. So what's the size of the column? What's the size of the column about? So here we have data column, and you have total is 7 columns. Okay, so that is 7 columns. We have 7 columns. So that's basically the size of the column, or the number of columns that we have. Okay. So we also have a question. What did you say is D type? D type is data type. It's called data type. D type, data type. All right, that's what it stands for. So you have floats, and currently you have category. Floats are decimal point numbers. Categories are anything that represents category. Like what we have here, sex. Sex is a category. Male and female. Okay. Smoker and non-smoker. These are all categories. Okay. That's what we call a category. So what else is there? So I'm just trying to go through some of the questions. Please explain what is tip. Tip basically is, this is a restaurant. So if you go into a restaurant, if you day Niger, all right, Baba, anything for the boys, anything for the boys. You just finish eating in Domino's, all right, and somebody comes to Ayaj you and say, oh, boss, how far? Anything for the boys, and you give the person money. That's a tip. You tip the person, all right, or the server comes to meet you, you are tipping the person, all right? Or you want to park your car somewhere and you give the, I don't know, security guard a tip to secure your car or get you a parking space, whatever it is. Basically, that's what you call a tip. So this is a restaurant data set, okay? So when we're looking at, we're trying to see the type of people that tip better. We want to see the people that tip within, type of customers that tip, basically. All right. So is it male customers that tip more? Is it female customers that tip more? All right. In this scenario, what day of the week do people tip more? So, those are the things you want to find out. What time of the, what type of food? Is it when they're having their dinner, they likely tip more? Or is it during lunch? All right. If they're like 6 people, size is the number of people having dinner or lunch. So this one, 3 people came for dinner, 2 people came for dinner, 2 people, you get the drift. All right. So now we're going to be doing exploratory data analysis. And now that's what we're going to be looking at. We're going to be looking at 3 things. We're going to be looking at univariate analysis. All right. I'm going to be looking at, second one is bivariate. Bivariate analysis. Number 3 is multivariate. analysis. Okay. All right. So these are the types when you're talking about exploratory data analysis, as a data scientist, you'll be performing what we call univariate analysis, bivariate analysis, and multivariate analysis. Now, for a beginner, this might look like a lot of English, but it's very simple. And I'm going to break it down for you, just because you're on this call, I will break it down to you and you see how easy these things are. All right. So let me just insert a text also. Let me just insert a text. I'll delete the phone, insert the text. So I'll start with univariate analysis. I'll start with univariate analysis. Okay, I'll start with univariate analysis. Now, univariate analysis, let me delete all this stuff, right? Univariate analysis essentially is you analyze analysis based on singular features. Okay, single features in the data sets. Okay, so features. Okay, features are also what we call columns, single columns. Okay, so essentially what you're looking at in univariate analysis is single columns. So you're analyzing individual column. You're analyzing individual columns. Okay, so now let's take a look at the columns in the data set. Let's take a look at the column in the data set. So if I take a look at the column data dot columns, okay, and I run this, you'd see I have total bill. That's one of the column. Okay, so if I run data.end first of all, data.end, okay, you see these are the column. Column 1 is total bill. Column 2 is tip. Column 3 sex. Column 4 smokers. Column 4 day. Column 5. Column 6 time. Column 7 size. All right. So univariate analysis is saying that take each one as an independent person. Okay. Don't deal with any other person. If you want to analyze total bill on its own. Okay, don't involve any other column. Take total bill and analyze it on its own. That is what we call univariate analysis. All right. If you look at tip alone. It's like you're married. Okay. So when you're married to somebody, you're not looking outside anymore. You're looking at just that person. So univariate analysis is just you, a bird eye view. So each feature, each column. So analyze total bill, okay, on its own. Analyze tip on its own, sex on its own, smoker on its own, day on its own. That's what we call univariate analysis. Now, a very good example, let's start with the first one, is a very good example would be how many, okay, let me just put it this way, total customers by sex. So total customers by sex. That's the first question I'll ask you. So how many, do we have more male to female? Do we have more male or female customers? That's what I'm looking for. So I'm only looking at I'm only looking at sex this time around. I'm only looking at sex. Now, this sex I'm saying is which of these columns do I want? How many male customers do I have and how many female customers do I have? Okay, this is just looking at sex this time around to say that total customers by sex. So let's visualize this. I'm coming. Let me just get like a pen that I can use easily to write on the screen. Give me a second. I'll have a pen somewhere here. Let's get a pen so it's easier to have a pen. Okay, yes. All right. Sorry. So just bear with me. Just give me a second. All right. So total customer by sex. So do we have more male to female customers coming into the restaurant? Okay. So that's why I said like a bird eye view. Okay. So this time around, you're just looking at one column, which is the sex column, male to female. That's exactly what you're looking for. All right. So what we're going to do now is, let's type it, let's visualize this. Let's visualize it, okay? So I'm going to say SNS, which is seaborn. All right. So don't forget that when you imported your data set, you said SNS is what? Seaborn. All right. So that's exactly what we're using this time around. SNS dot count. So count how many male and count how many female. Simple. Count, we call it count plot. All right. Count plot. So basically, what this count plot is saying is count how many male and count how many female in the data set. So what I'm going to put inside the brackets, I'm going to say X equals to data, okay, square brackets, and I'm looking at only the sex column in the data set, sex. So I'm only bird eye view, I'm only looking at one column. That's what we call univariate analysis. I'm only looking at one column. So when I say univariate analysis, I'm only expecting you to analyze individual column and tell me a story about each column. So looking at this particular one, I'm looking at total count of sex, okay, male and female. So if I press Shift Enter, okay, it's going to run and you'll see this. It's slightly big, okay, and I'll show you how you can resize your visualization. But now looking at this, okay, you'll see you have more male customers than female customers. You have more male customers coming in than female customers. All right. So let me resize this for you. It's too big. All right. So let me just resize it. So I'll resize it very simple. So the second visualization tool I use, I imported two, SNS and Matplotlib. So we have SNS for Seaborn and we have PLT for Matplotlib. So now I'm going to use Matplotlib PLT dot, okay, figure. That's this image. This image is called a figure, okay? PLT dot this figure that I have here, this figure, I want to give it a figure size. So I'll say fig size. You see, all this is once you start it, you will never forget, trust me. So fig size, and I'll use 5 by 3. Okay, so height and what do you call it? The height and the width. Okay, 5 by 3. And you see now it is smaller. Okay, it's smaller. I can still make it smaller, but just because I'm presenting, I don't want to be too small, so I'll leave it just the way it is. If I zoom out a little, let me see. Can you guys still see my screen very well? Just to confirm, can you still see my screen well? Can you still see my screen well? Is it better like this, or would you prefer me I zoom it better? Okay, yes. Zoom in a little, zoom in a little. So one person, okay, said it's cool. So quite a number of people say it's cool. All right, so let me just leave it like this for now, okay? All right. So this, you can see now categorically that I have more male customers coming in than female customers, okay? I have more male customers coming in than female. So this is what we call univariate analysis, total customer by sex. So I can see I have more male customers than female customer. Now let's take a look at another one, smoker, okay? Another column, smoker. All right, I'll come here and to make it easy, I'll just copy it. I don't need to stress myself, okay? I'll copy it and I'll come here to paste it. Okay, so this one around, total customer by smokers, okay? All right, so the figure size, I'll leave it the way it is. The figure size, I'm going to leave it the way it is, all right? All right, the figure size is too small, so let me just zoom in for people that are just, for everyone. Okay. Okay, just so that everyone can see my screen better. Okay, all right. So I'm looking at total customer by smokers. Okay, so instead of count, this count plot was sex. So this one was sex. Okay, this one I'll change it to smokers. Okay, I'll change it to smokers and I'll press Shift Enter to run. So let me see. I think there's an error somewhere. Okay, I think it's just smoker, not smokers. It's just smoker, not smokers. Okay. And now you can see this, and you can see that you have more non-smoker customers coming into your organization. So this is what we call univariate analysis. So you're looking at each individual column and you're telling a story about each column. So now I know that more male are coming. Okay, we have more male customers than female, and we have more non-smokers than smokers. Now let's take a look at another one, day of the week. Let's take a look at day. And this time around, I will use a different visualization. I would use a bar chart. I won't use, I won't use, I would use a bar chart. This is a column chart. So this time around, let's say for day, all right, for day, I'll change it to total customer by day. So which day of the week do we get the most customers? Which day of the week do we get the most customers? So for bar charts, I'll change it from X to Y, and sex, I'll change it from sex to day. Okay, and I'll run it, shift enter. All right, and you see now I have what majority of the customers are coming on Saturday. I have more customers coming in on Saturday and also on Sunday. So weekend, essentially, that's when I get the most people coming into the organization, into the restaurant. I have more people coming in on Saturday and on Sunday than any other week. So let's say this particular restaurant only opens Thursday to Sunday. Okay. So they come on Thursday, less people come on Friday, but we have more people coming on Saturday and on Sunday. So essentially, it is exactly what we call by univariate analysis, univariate single. Okay, that's what we call univariate analysis. Now, let me teach you. I'm going to be teaching you so many things. Okay, so this is categorical data. This is how you visualize categorical data. So the way you can visualize categorical data is different from the way you visualize numerical data. Okay? The way you visualize numerical is different from the way you visualize categorical. Now, if you look at the data set, look at this data set. This is numerical. Total bill is numerical. So you pay money. So the total bill here is 16.99. It's numerical. 10.34, that's numerical. Tip also is what is numerical. 1.01 numerical, 1.66 numerical. So you see every other thing is categorical. All right. So the way you visualize total bill and tip is different from the way you visualize the rest of the data. It's different from the way you visualize the rest of the data. So these are two numerical columns. So let me show you how to do that. So I'm going to show you visualize the numerical columns, numerical columns. Okay. So this one we have total bills, and tip. Those are the numerical columns. Those are the numerical columns. Okay. So how do you now visualize numerical columns? And let me see. Let me even test people. You know what I'm going to be doing now? I'm going to be getting people that answer my question, and I'm going to be giving out a particular. I'm going to be giving out, an award, cash award, okay, to people that answer the most questions in my class in this particular session. I know it's an introduction session, okay, but what visualization can I use for numerical data? Let me see if I can get anybody. Anybody? Histogram, fantastic, beautiful, William. That's okay. Pie charts, no. Okay. You can export the visualization. No, I'm not talking about exporting just yet. All right. But anyways, how you visualize numerical column is different from categorical. So for this particular one, I'm going to be using a box plot. You can also use an histogram. It works perfectly, but I'm going to be using what we call a box plot. Okay, so I'm going to be using a box plot. Now, beauty about what I want to do now is all other visualizations I've been doing are singular. They are single. There's only one visualization that comes out. But this time around, I want to visualize two at the same time. I want to visualize total bills and tips at the same time. So what we call in Python, we call this a subplot. Okay, we call it a subplot in Python. So let me show you first of all. Let me just show you. Let me do the architecture framework for you. Okay, so figure, comma, axis. Okay, all right, and I'll say PLT, which is matplotlib. dot subplots, okay, like plot of land, okay, subplots, okay, and we have n rows. N rows basically is number of rows. How many rows do you want? I only want one row, okay? And I'll explain this. I'll explain it. Okay, n columns. I'm going to take two columns because it's two visualizations. All right. And the last but not the least, the figure size. Okay, so let me just I want to figure size equals to, I would use, let's say, 15 by 3. Okay, 15 by 3. Let me just say. So you see this. Let me take out this one also. Bring it down here. All right. So you see this. This what this I've done here. What I have done here essentially is very simple. All right. So I want to create a subplot. Like I said, it's two visualizations. I want those visualization. Okay. So subplots allows you to plot as many visualization as you want. Subplots allows you to visualize as many visualizations as you want. Right. So in this scenario, I want two graphs, one for total bill and one for tip. One for total bill and the other one for tip. All right. So in this scenario, so I want two. So number of rows, row. Okay, number n rows is basically number of rows. So this is row one. This is it. So what is row? This row. Okay, so this is a row. So this is just one row. Okay, this is one. Sorry, pardon my drawing. This is one row. Two columns. This is column one. Okay, column one and column two. This is column one and this is column two. All right. So this is what we call n rows is just one row, but you have two columns. One row and two columns, two columns, two columns. That's exactly what we just did. All right. So figure size is the length and the breadth, the width. Okay, this is the width, and this is the height of the visualization. The width and the height of the visualization. All right. So now let's put, now we have the plots. It's for us to now put the visualization inside each of these plots we have here. All right. You have this. Now the next thing to do is to put the visualization inside each of these plots. Now, what are we going to do? So we want to visualize total bill and we want to visualize tips. And I said we're going to be using box plots for visualization. All right, numerical data visualization. So it's going to be SNS, okay, dot box plots, okay. And now inside my box plots, I want to visualize what total bills, for example. That's the first thing. I would say what data square brackets, total bill in quotation, total, okay, total bill, okay. And I will pass in the axis because we have two charts, because we have two charts in here. Sorry, because we have two charts, I need to specify the one I want it to be inside. Okay, because we have two, I need to specify the one it should go inside. All right. So we have two axes. Okay, so I'll come here and say that I'll say AX equals to axis square 0. Okay, so this 0 in Python, 0 means that's number one. When they say 0 in Python, that's the first one. So Python doesn't start from 1. Python starts from 0. So if you want to start counting in Python, you want to count 5. Okay, it's going to be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you start counting from 0 in Python. You start counting from 0 in Python. So this is box, this plot of land, instead of number 1 is going to be 0. All right. Then this box here would be 1. So I have two boxes, but it is counting 0 and 1. Okay. All right. So don't worry, don't worry. I'm just explaining what a data scientist does. You don't need to be a guru in this for you to get started. Okay. I'm just explaining to you what a typical data scientist would do. Okay. So box plot, and I'm visualizing total view, and I'm putting it in first box 0. I'm going to press enter. I'm going to copy this and I'm going to paste it down here. So the second one I want to plot is tips. Okay. So I'm going to type in tip. Okay. And axis 0 for the first one. I'll change this one to 1. All right. And I'll plot 2 of them on the same visualization. All right. And you see this now. So this is what bill, and this is what tips. This is bill, and this is what we call tips. So now a lot of you might be confused. I don't know which one is bill, and I don't know which one is tip. So I would add a title so that it's easy for you to remember. I'll add a title for you. Okay. I will add a title. So let me add a title for the first one. So for this one, I would say axis 0. So this axis 0, the first visualization, axis 0. Okay. Axis 0 dot set underscore title. Okay. Open and close the brackets, and I'll put in total bill. Total. This is total bill. Okay. Total bills. Easily, because I've typed in this, I don't need to type over and over again. I'll copy it and I'll bring it down here to paste. I'll change this one to axis 1 for the second visualization, and I'll change it to tips. I'll change it to tips. So this one is for total bill, and this one is for tips. Okay, and I'll run it. And now I have, sorry, okay, yes, total bills, and we have tips. Now, a lot of you will be wondering, what is this thing? What is this thing? What does it represent? What does this visualization even represent? A lot of you will be thinking about it. Now, box plot is Williams. That's fantastic. I love that. So I'm going to take down your name, Williams. Okay, Williams. All right. You're answering the question. That's fantastic. So this dots is what we call outliers. Is what we call outliers. Okay, what we call outliers. Now, take for example. Okay, what's an outlier? Let's say in your house, you are all tall people. You are all tall people. So you're like 6'5", you're like 6'7", 7 feet. You're all tall people in your house. Well, you see, there's one person they gave birth to that is now very short. Okay, the person is very short. The person is like 5'2", okay, or 4 something. Then you see that that person that is short in your house is an outlier. Every other person is tall in your house, but only you, like you short pass. Then that person is an outlier. Reversal, okay? If everybody is short in the house, okay, and somebody is taller, very tall, then the person also is an outlier. Okay, the person basically doesn't fit in. Everybody's white, but your own is black, also outlier. So you see this bill, all right? These are people that paid above, okay, the normal average, okay, or the percentile. There's a way you can calculate it. All right, I'm not going to bore you out with that. All right, but essentially, these dots that you see here, they are what we call outliers. They're referred to as outliers. This one also regarded as outliers. Now, you see this box. It's basically telling you this is the minimum total bill, and this is the maximum, or let me say, um, this is the maximum, okay? The maximum value, okay? And every other thing above the maximum value, okay? So this is your Q1, okay? And this is your median. This is your Q2. This is your median and your Q3, okay? All right. So this is your median value. You see this line is the median value, the median value. All right. And these are your outliers. All right. I'm not going to waste too much time on this because we don't have too much time to explain all this. But essentially, these are kind of visualizations a data scientist would do. Okay. To visualize total bill, do I have outliers in my data set? You need to be able to treat outliers. You need to be able to treat outliers in your data set. All right. So you see, all that we have done currently is what we call the univariate analysis. Univariate. So basically, we have looked at each column and we have created a visualization. How many people are coming for dinner versus people that are coming for lunch? How many customers come on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Sunday, so on like that. So that's univariate analysis, singular features. Okay, singular features. So now I'm going to do the same thing for bivariates. Okay, we don't have too much time, so I'm just going to, all right. I'm going to do the same thing for bivariates. So bivariate, on the other hand, by, when they say bivariate, by two, it means two. So you're looking at two features this time around, comparing two features against one another. So you're looking at two features, all right, in the data set. So you're comparing two features. Univariate is looking at just one feature. Bivariate is looking at two features. Now, very simple. I'm going to do that quickly for you. All right. So take, for example, let's take a look at who spent more money. Let's take a look at that real quick. Okay. So let's take a look at total bills, total, total bills by sex. All right. So let's know who is spending more money. All right. Do we have more male spending more money than female? Okay. So we have we have two types of sex, male and female. But now we're comparing two columns with against one another. Okay. So let me just insert a code here and I'll put data.n. So you always remember data.n. But that's going to give me an error. So now this time around, what are we doing? We're looking at two columns, total bill and sex. So we have a column called total bill. Okay, and we have another column called sex. Okay, so we're looking at these two columns. We want to know what sex is spending the most money. So I know, okay, people that come within the organization, okay, oh, if the male, they likely spend more, we have more male spending more money, or we have more female spending more money, so on and so forth. Also, I'll create another visualization that would look at sex and tip. Okay, so sex and total bill, and I'll see sex and tip. So I want to know what gender is spending the most money, and I also want to know the gender that is tipping the most money. So you see, this is what we call bivariate analysis. You analyzing two columns, two features against one another. This is what we call bivariate analysis. All right, so I'm just going to take it out and create the first visualization. Okay, so let's take a look at total bill by sex. Let's take a look at that one first of all. Okay, so for this particular one, I'm going to write a little bit of code and I'll explain everything I'm doing. Okay, so let's say total sex, total bill sex. I'll say total bill sex. Okay, equals to data dot group by, and I'm going to explain all this. Dot group by. I'm going to group by sex. Okay, going to group by sex, and I'm going to sum total bill. I'm going to sum total bill. Total. So I want to get the total, how much each male and female is spending. Total bill. Okay. So I want to do a sum, the total sum of everything. Okay. A sum of it. So if I do a sum of this, correct? I do a sum of this and I run this, okay? And I come here and type it out. Total bill sex. You see, I have what? Male is what? So the total amount of money. So I summed up all the bill for male and I summed up all the bill for female. So now you see, I have the total for male is 3,256 and the total for female is 1,570. Okay, but now it's good to have the numbers, but it's also good to visualize these numbers. All right, it's also good to visualize the numbers. So in terms of visualization, you have a column called sex. You have a column called sex. For this column, there is no name for this column. So you have sex column, male and female, but this place here, it should be, because in terms of visualization, your code needs your Y and your X axes. Okay, the code will need Y and X. So if you have sex for the first column but no name for the second one, it's going to give you an error. Okay, so what you're going to do is you type in reset underscore index. Okay, and you run this. Okay, now run this. You'll see you have sex and total bill. You have sex and total bill. So I'll put this in a visualization and you see how easy it is to put in a visualization. I will say SNS dot bar plot. Okay. Okay. So this time around, I'm using a bar plot rather than a count plot. X equals to, I'll use sex. Okay. So this column, X is sex. All right. Y, I would say total bill. Okay. Total underscore bill. Okay. My data equals to this is the data, total bill sex. You see, when I write total bill sex, it gave me this table, this small table. So this is my data. Data equals to total bill sex. Okay. And that's all. And now you can see we have more male spending more money. This is male, sex, and total bill. So I'm comparing two columns now together. This is what we call bivariate analysis. This is what we refer to as bivariate analysis. Two columns against each other to tell a story. And the story is basically saying that the customers that are coming into the business, okay, we have more male spending more money than female customers. All right. We have more male customers spending more money than female customers. Now let's look at tip. Okay, let's look at tip. So I'll put the two of them on the same visualization, so it's easy for you to see. So I'm going to do total bills by sex, and I'll do also total tips by sex. So I want to see if it's very possible that male might be spending more money, spending a lot of money, but they don't tip. It's very possible. So the male people can come in, spend a lot of money, but they don't give tip. So I want to see, do I have more people? Do I have more female? Just assume you are making an assumption, but anytime you make an assumption, use data to back up your assumption. So now, so I'm going to create two visualizations. Like I said, I'm going to use a subplot for this to make it easy for you guys. Figure size, fig, and the axis, all right, equals to ELT dot subplots. Okay, I have n rows. I'm just doing two visualization. N rows equals to 1 and n columns equals to 2. So I'm doing two visualization. That's why two columns. Okay. Comma, figure size equals to, open bracket, I'll do 15 by 3. 15 by 3. Okay. So this first visualization, I'm going to put it in axis equals to axis square bracket 0. So if I run this now, so I can see, let me just put a title so it is easy for you to see. Okay, I'll just put a title. So axis square bracket 0, okay, dot set underscore title. Okay. So the title would be, what's the title again? Total bill by sex. Okay. Now that's the first part. Then the second part would be, I want to do tips by sex, total tips. That's the second part, the second visualization I want to put here. So what I'll do, I'll just copy this one. No time to waste time. No time to check time. Let me put it that way. So this is still going to be total, what this time around, instead of total bill, it will be total tip. I'll use total tip sex. Okay. Group by data.group by sex. Fine. Instead of total bill, I'm using tip this time around. Okay. So give me the total tip. Okay, sum up all the tip by sex. So I want to see male, what's the total tip? Female, what is the total tip? Now, SNS the bar plot, sex is, X is sex. Okay, X is sex. And instead of total bill, this would be tip. All right. This will be data equals to total bill. Instead of bill, it will be tip again. Okay, it will be tip, total tip sex. All right, total tip sex. So axis equals to this. Instead of zero, zero is the first one that is here. All right, the second one here would be one. All right, I'll explain this in the previous session, all right, just a few minutes ago. So this will be total tip by sex. So now, what do you guys think? Do you think we have more female, giving out tip than male? Now, do we have more female giving out tip than male? Those are the things, those are the assumption. More males. Nick is saying more males. That's all right. Let's test it out. Let's test it out. Okay. And I'm gonna run this. Now you see, okay, let me change this to 1. Okay, and I'll run this. So our assumption, Nick is actually more females. Bolaji is saying more females. Okay, but anyways, this is what we have here. So total bill by sex, we're looking at this and you can see categorically that we have more male spending more money and also tipping more. All right, spending more money and also tipping more, total tip by sex. So this is bivariate analysis, you comparing 2 columns against each other. All right, so total bill and sex, total tip by sex. So you could also look at smokers and tip. The smokers tip more, okay? The smokers spend more money. These are the things that you're looking for when you say explore. You're exploring the data. That's what you're doing in exploratory data analysis, okay? You are exploring the data to find out intricate details, intricate insights about the data. That's what you're trying to do with exploratory data analysis. All right. So let's see. Is there any other thing? Let me just take one more. Let me see if people are following me. So if I want, let's take one more assumption. Okay. Let's take one more assumption. And what's the second assumption you're going to be taking? Anybody come up with a question that you would want us to visualize quickly that will move to multivariate analysis? One more. Just one question. What would you like to find out? What would you like to find out? Okay, instructor, can we do sex, smokes, and more in the data set? That's when you now do multivariate. Now you get the drift. So this is bivariate. This is just 2 columns. Okay, this is just 2 columns. But the moment you want to start doing 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 columns, or you want to join, that's when you now start to call multivariate. Multivariate is when you are doing 3 or more columns. Okay, so bivariate is only 2. Multivariate is 3 or more. 3 or more columns. All right. So there are quite a number of things that you can actually do. All right, you can actually do. So quite a number of questions are coming in, and that's absolutely good. Let's do sex and size. Okay, and let's see again, what time of the day do we have more with sex, smokes, with sex, smoke? I'm not sure if I get that correctly. So basically, there are quite a number of things you can do. And let me just say, let's just let's just say we don't have too much time. I still have to do multivariate, and multivariate is a tricky one. So let me just see if we have enough time. Okay. So anyways, you get the drift. Try your hands on it. When you get your data set, please try your hands on it and let's see what you come up with. Okay. So the other thing I would like to do under bivariate would be a scatter plot. Let me just quickly do that. Nobody asked that question. And that would be, is there a relationship between total tip and tips and tip? Total tip, total bills, total bill and tip. Now, you want to find out, is it when people spend less money, are they likely go to tip? When people spend less money, do they tip more? Or is it people that spend a lot of money that actually tip? Now, the assumption in my head is if you're spending a lot of money, you will likely tip more, right? So if you're spending, a certain large number of money in my restaurant, I would expect you to tip more because say you get money, you have money, so you're likely going to tip more. But assumption and reality is two different things. You can assume, okay, and you might be surprised that it's people that ask less money, I'm actually be tipping you more. And that's why you're exploring the data. You're not just coming up with an assumption, you are exploring to tell a story. So let's do it together, all right? So this is two, you can see, sorry, I'm gonna do this. So you see, this is bivariate analysis. You're looking at total tip, total bill, and you're also looking at the tip. You're looking at total bill, and you're also looking at tip. Two features in the data set, two columns, total bill and tip at the same time. So SNS dot scatter plot, scatter plot, okay? So X equals to total bill, total underscore bill, okay? And Y would be equals to T, okay? So this basically, and I'm gonna say my data equals to data, okay? So the name of our data is data, that's why data is equals to data. So the name of our data is what? Is data. So data is data. That's why I have here, data equals to data. So if I visualize this, you see this very easy to understand. Okay, very simple. This is the total bill, and this is tip. This is the total bill. This is total bill. All right, and this is the tip. Now you can see there is a positive relationship. There is a positive relationship. What does positive relationship mean? It means that the more money you spend, okay, the more money you spend, okay, the more tip you are likely going to give. All right. So you see, everything is moving upwards in this regards. Everything is moving upwards like this. So the more your total bill, the more you're likely going to tip. The more your total bill, the more you are likely going to tip. So that's a positive relationship. So in this situation now, if I see you paying a lot of money, I would expect, you know, you see this person. This person total bill was $50. The tip was $10. All right, the tip was $10. Okay. The same thing with this person here. The tip was what? The tip was about 40 something dollars. All right, 40 something dollars, 48, $49. And the tip was about, sorry, that's about this is 810, it's about 9 point something. Okay. So the person tipped about nine point something dollars, but the total bill was 40 something dollars. Okay. So these are the things that you need to see. So I know there's a positive relationship between total bill and the tip. All right. So if I want to do predictive analytics, this is definitely a very good feature, okay, for me to do any form of prediction. All right. So in terms of me forecasting or predicting, what tip is going to look like on Tuesday, Thursday, I can easily use this as a base. Okay. I will still build more on this when we get to multivariate analysis. All right. So this is a positive relationship. And you see, what are we doing here? We are working with two features, total bill and tip, by variance analysis. Linear regression, fantastic, Ian Daniels, okay? So this is exactly what we're talking about. That's exactly what we are talking about. So this is bivariate analysis. So the last but not the least, okay? I know we've done quite a number of things today, all right? So the last but not the least, what we're going to do is multivariate analysis, multivariate. So this is I'll change it to multivariate analysis. So analysis based on three or more features in the data set. So now we're combining three things together, three columns together. All right. So this time around for multi, we're looking at three columns or more. Uni, one column. By, two columns. Multi, three or more columns. So we're going to be looking at this quickly, and it's going to be, let's take a look at this. And what question are we going to do? So let's take a look at what we did here. Okay. So let's look at 3 columns. So is there, okay, is there a relationship, okay, between total bill and tip by gender, by gender. So I want to see, is it male, is it male people? Is it when it's, okay, let me just visualize it and I'll explain better. All right, so I'm just going to copy this. I'm just going to copy what I have here in terms of this relationship. All right, and I'll come here and I'll visualize what I'm looking for. Let me visualize. All right, so now this time around, I'm going to add a third, because it's multi, is 3 or more. This is bivariate. This currently is bivariate. It's only looking at total bill and it's looking at tip. All right, so I want to incorporate a third argument, a third feature, a third column. So I'll say, comma, EU equals to sex, and I'll press Shift Enter. So now this is 3 columns I am looking at. This is 3 columns I am looking at. All right, so let me just change the figure size so it's easy for you to see. Let me just scroll up to copy it. Figure size. Sorry, figure size. Yes. All right. I could be very lazy sometimes. Pardon me. All right. So figure size 5x3. So it's easy for you guys to see when I'm see the code and everything together. All right. So so you can see now I'm comparing 3 columns: total bill, tip, and EU. Okay, and the sex. So I can now see, okay, male is blue, female is orange. Okay. So I can now see and say that, oh, the male category are the ones that tip more. Obviously, the big numbers are coming from the male category. You'd see for female, they are spending $40, okay, $40+. But you see, the tip is below what? $6. All right. So female, even you can see some female, this particular female, let me just bring out my pen. All right. You see this particular female, even though she spends less than $30, okay, she's actually tipping above $6. All right. These are the things that you're observing. Okay. And you see another person, just $10 is, tipping above $4. All right. And so on and so forth. But you can see, majority of I think the highest women, the highest tip was just roughly about 6 point something dollars. Okay. All right. And so on and so forth. So you see, the male category are likely going to tip more, okay? Are likely going to tip more. The male categories are likely going to tip more. So, but you see, there's a cluster around this place. There's a cluster around this place. So you would notice that majority of the customers that come into this organization basically spend between 10 to, let's say, 20, 21 or 20 something dollars. All right. They spend about 10. This is majority of the customers. This is what they do. A majority of them tip between $2 to $4. All right. Majority of them tip between $2 to $4. So this is what the common people do. And you can see them clustered around this particular place. So this is what most people would. This is what most people do within the restaurant. So this is what we call multivariate analysis, because we are looking at 3 columns, 3 or more columns. So this one is just 3. So this is 1, this is 2, and this is 3. So we're looking at 3 columns. Okay, we're looking at 3 columns exactly. So there are so many things that we can do, okay, but we don't have too much time. We can also look at this in terms of smokers. We can look at it in terms of day of the week, so on and so forth. So then last but not the least thing I'm going to do is what we call the heat map. That's the last thing I'm going to do. Then I would give you guys a little bit of projects and I'll see what you guys come up with. All right. So this particular one, I'm going to call it, okay, let me just got it, SNS dot heatmap. All right. So this one is for relationship to determine which feature has the strongest relationship. Okay, for prediction. So if you want to do predictive analytics, you want to predict who is likely going to tip more, who is likely going to come, what day of the week are like people going to come in more. So yeah, all the stuff that we've done. So data dot correlate. So this CORR is basically correlation. Okay, so this is going to give me a correlation. And I'm going to say, I'm going to leave it like this. So each map, SNS.heatmap, SNS.heatmap, data.correlation. So it's going to give me an heat map like this. Okay, it's going to give me the heat map like this. All right. So, but now I don't know, unless you're very good with colors, okay, you might not, it's very difficult. It's not difficult, but if you're good with your scale, but not everyone is has to be looking at this scale to know that, oh, one is perfect correlation. Zero means it's not good. Okay, that's very poor. That's a very low correlation. All right. So what I'm going to do now is I'll put one command, and that is annotate equals to, okay, annotations. That's what it means. Annotation. That's what annotate means. Annotation. So what does annotation mean? You see now I have a dot. So this is basically the correlation between each of the features that we have in the data set. So you see, total bill. Sorry, that's not what I'm looking for. Sorry, the person just, okay. So this is total bill, and this is total bill. Okay. So this particular this box here, okay, is looking at the relationship between total bill and total bill, which ideally doesn't make any sense. All right, which doesn't make any sense. So what we're going to do, okay, what we're going to do is I'm going to explain. So you see T and total bill. You see they have 0.68. 0.68. Now let me explain correlation a little bit. So correlation is looking at two things, okay? It's looking at, let me quickly use another pen. This pen is really messing up. Sorry. Where did I get this again? Pen. Annotates. So I'm just looking for, I need to write something so you can see. You can actually see. I can't see it anymore. Okay, let me just use my pen I have here. All right, so when you're talking about correlation, it is what? From -1 to 0 to 1. So the maximum correlation you can have is 1. The minimum correlation you can have is -1. That's the minimum, okay, that you can actually have. So when you're doing your predictions and all that, the maximum you can have is 1, all right? And the minimum you can get is -1. So 0 means no correlation. No correlation. All right? It means no correlation. All right? So 1 means what? Perfect. Okay? It means there is a perfect relationship between the two features. -1 means that there is no correlation. No correlation. Okay? It means negative, sorry. So sorry, so let me just erase this. So -1 means negative relationship. This means perfect, that is positive relationship. All right. So you see this 0.68, 0.68, that's very close to 1. It means that there's a positive relationship between tip and total bill. It means there's a positive relationship between tip and total bill. All right. The same thing with size, 0.6. There is a positive relationship between total bill and size of people. So it's likely saying that the more people that come, the more the tip. Okay, the more people that come, the more the tip. The same thing with total bill and tip. So the more money you spend, the more the tip. That's the positive relationship that we are talking about. So essentially, this is what we call the heat. This is what we call a heat map that you could use to visualize correlation. That you could use to visualize correlation. All right. So, anyways, what I'm going to require you guys to do now is we have done quite a number of things today. We've done quite a number of things today. All right. And this is, this is a free training program. And I want you guys to see I want to see what you can actually do from the table. All right. And I want to see what you guys can do from this free training. So I want you guys to, do more, okay? Expand what we've done in class and, post it on LinkedIn, okay? Post it on LinkedIn because quite a number of people are looking for projects to work on. And this is essentially a starting point. Majority of the people that even learn online can't even differentiate between univariate, bivariate, and multivariate analysis. But that's essentially what I want you guys to do. It's a free training, and the only way you can pay us is for you to work on this project yourself, or you're going to get the recording. As long as you wait to the end of the session, you get the recording and you can practice, visualize all these things, come up with your insight, tell a story about the data set, and let's see what you have. All right. So, anyways, that's where we're gonna call it a day. So before we call it a day, I said I have a special offer for you guys. So I'm gonna quickly walk you through the special offer for people that wait to the end of the session. Okay, so I'm just gonna quickly go back to the slide and I'm gonna explain the special offer I have for you. I have for you. All right. Okay. So now, how many of you, okay, we've got done the so data science, a lot of people are scared to becoming, a full stack data scientist. A lot of people are scared. All right. Why are you scared? That's a question I usually ask people because we have a very detailed, structured learning program that is going to take you from 0 to 1,000%, okay, in data science. All right. So regardless of anywhere you are in the world, you're in Nigeria, you're in Ghana, you're in Tanzania, you're in South Africa, you're in Canada, the US, the UK, anywhere in the world. This training program is designed to get you to become a data scientist. All right. So it's a data science training program that comes with so many additional benefits. All right. So you're going to learn statistics, okay? So for people that are looking to learn statistics, this training program comes with you. We'll teach you what statistics. We'll teach you Microsoft Excel, Tableau, SQL, all right, and Python, machine learning, computer vision, and so on. So these are the technologies you're going to learn. You're going to leverage GitHub. You're going to work with Anaconda. You're going to work with VS Code. You're going to build so many projects in Python. All right. So moving on. Okay. This training program is 100% online, 100% online. So meaning that regardless of anywhere you are in the world, you can attend the session. Look at where you are on Friday, and I appreciate you guys taking out time on the Friday to join the session. 100% online, meaning that regardless of anywhere you are in the world, you can participate in the training. All right, you can participate in the training program. All right. So another thing is hands-on practical session. It's hands-on. All right. So we use projects to explain certain concepts, certain conversion. So it's not just you learning theory, it's you using practicals to understand the theory. So exactly what we did in class today. Okay, exactly what we did in class today. It's basically going to be like that in the real sense. Okay, and you still have more projects because, and you would have obviously we had time limitations today, so we couldn't do too much or I couldn't take in questions and so on and so forth. That's just basically to show you, how we go with our training program. So it's an hands-on practical session, all right, and you have free access. You have a lifetime access to all the projects, the materials, all the experts that will be working with you. Okay, so 100% online, You'll be working on different projects from supervised machine learning to unsupervised to exploratory data analysis to predictive analysis and so on. So basically, these are the things, some of the benefits you're going to get from the training program. All right. So this training program is you would have over 20 classes. You would have over 20 classes with over 50 topics. Like it's basically designed for beginners. So if beginners and people that are looking to switch their careers from whatever field you're coming from. So it's going to anywhere you're starting from that rudiment, and it's going to build till you get to that intermediate advanced level in data science. Now, in terms of average salary, the average salary of a data scientist in the UK is £60,000. All right, is £60,000. That's the average salary of a data scientist. Now, this training program, you would also get to add 6 projects to your portfolio. And I usually tell people that it's not the certificate that really gets you the job. Everybody can get a certificate. Everybody can, copy codes from different places and get you a certificate. But you see that project that you have, and that's why I want you guys to post the project that you do and see the recognition you get, even just posting it on LinkedIn. All right. So you for this training program, you would add more than 6 projects to your portfolio. Okay, you would have more than 6 projects added to your GitHub repository. All right, that houses all the projects you're going to work on in the training program. So we'd also work on 100% job visibility. So quite a number of people, even for myself, the reason why I transitioned into tech, into data in the first place, is to get a better job. Okay, all right. To get a better job, to get a better pay. That's essentially why I came into data science. And that's exactly what we do also. So, and I'm going to show you some of the places where you can get jobs remotely. I said I was going to do that. I'm still going to do that. All right. So where you can get jobs, it's not you learning data science for the fun of it. It's you learning data science to transition into the role itself and start earning the big bucks that you hear people say. Right? So industry relevant certification, you also get a certificate after you finish the training program. Okay, upon completion of the training program. Okay. 3 months training plus 1 month virtual internship. 3 months training plus 1 month virtual internship. Now it's 100% online, hands-on practical, lifetime access to the material, 20 classes, 50 plus topics, added projects to your portfolio, 100% job visibility, industry relevant certification. And this training program is going to last for 3 months. And it also comes with 1 month virtual internship. Now, I'm going to talk more on the internship as we go on. But now, the key question people still ask is, okay, after all this, please, how do I get started? How do I become a full stack data scientist? What does it take? What does it entail for me to become a full stack? This is not just a regular data scientist. It's called a full stack data scientist. All right. So the first thing you need to learn is statistics. It's very important. Very, very important. Now we're going to teach you the statistics, the things that you need to learn in statistics. Now, if you're scared of statistics and I tell you what is the average of something, you would likely understand what average is. Okay, what is the total of something? You definitely know what is a total. You're adding everything together. Those are the things that you already know. But it's just that you don't know them in terms of statistics. And that's what we're going to be teaching you. You're going to learn statistics, the mean, median, and mode, what we call the measure of central tendency. So we'll teach you everything you need to know about statistics. So you'll be learning statistics. That's the first thing you'll be learning. Okay, and after that, you will learn Excel and Tableau for predictive analytics. All right, so Excel and Tableau, you'll be building a project in Excel. Okay, you'll be building a project in Tableau. What will you be doing there? You'll be doing what we call descriptive, diagnostic, and predictive analytics using Excel and Tableau. Now, for people that have never heard of this term before, descriptive analytics, when you're looking at data, okay, in the spectrum of data, descriptive analytics, as a data scientist, you need to be able to see the data and tell a story about what has happened. Okay, you need to be able to tell a story about what has happened. Okay, something like, okay, we made 200 million last month. We had 50,000 new customers. We had a loss of this amount. We made certain we made certain amount in this particular region against this region, basically describing what has happened. All right, this is a new month. So if you create a report to say that, oh, we made 5,000 last month, £5,000 last month, we generated 20 new customers, you're basically doing what? A descriptive analytics about what happened last month. Now, diagnostic analytics is the next step, what you will learn over here. Diagnostic analytics is now looking at why did you make that money last month? How did you make that money? All right. So diagnostic analytics is going one step further to do what? To find out the reasons why certain things happened. Okay. I made £5,000 last month revenue. Okay. So how did I make that £5? Where did I make that £5? What initiative did I do to generate that £5? What region, what place? You're drilling in further to find out the reasons why you made that particular money. That is what we call diagnostic analytics. All these will be taught in this particular session. Now, the last but not the least, which is the key feature of a data scientist, is the prediction. You need to be able to predict what will happen. What will happen? That's what you're trying to predict. Predictive analytics, what is likely going to happen? So you see, that's the reason why you're learning Excel and Tableau for predictive analytics, because you should be able to know what has happened, why it happened, and what will happen, predict what will happen in the future. All right. So after learning that, you move into SQL. Okay. So SQL is SQL, structured query language. Now, as a data scientist, okay, data is usually stored in database, either in the cloud or in a database, an on-premise database, but essentially data is stored in databases. So as a data scientist, you need to be able to write SQL code. You need to be able to write SQL syntax that would extract data from this data from the database. Then you can start to do your descriptive, diagnostic, and predictive analytics. Without you learning SQL, you can't be a very good data scientist. You can't. It's not even possible because data is not just going to exist in Python. Okay, you need to be able to bring that data into the Python environment so you can do all the analysis that you need to do. Remember, when we wanted to start our data, when we wanted to start the project, what did we do? We loaded the data into Google Colab. And that's essentially how your project starts. So you need to learn SQL to learn how to bring data out of the database. All right. So after SQL, you learn Python. Then you start to learn Python programming. Okay. So Python is one of the most advanced and most used, most required programming language for any data professional. Okay. Now, after learning Python programming, you learn machine learning and computer vision. Okay. You learn machine learning. So under machine learning, you have um, unsupervised and you have supervised learning. So supervised machine learning and unsupervised, everything will be taught during the training program alongside computer vision. All right. So if you've ever entered a Tesla before, okay, if you've ever entered a Tesla before, you see a Tesla can move on its own from point A to point B. But you never wondered how does a Tesla move from point A to point B? It's all in computer vision. Okay. And also even your phone. Okay, you want to unlock your phone with your face, your facial recognition on your phone. That is also computer vision. So you're going to be building a face detection program. You're going to be building several projects in terms of computer vision. If you have enough time, I'm going to show you, some of the projects our participants have done. Okay. All right. The last but not the least thing, you now become a data scientist. So this is the learning progress you go through. You learn statistics, you learn Excel, you Tableau for predictive analytics, you learn SQL, you learn Python, you learn machine learning and computer vision, and you become a master data scientist. All right. And that's how you'll be jumping once you finish the training program. Because you would have started making all the big bucks already. Trust me. All right, so this is just enhancing on what we talked about, on what I talked about. So the key thing here is this training program is designed for beginners. All right, you see, we're starting from the barest minimum. So even if you've never done this before in your life, you've never done data science, you've never done anything technical before, trust me, it's self-paced, all right, and you will be able to go along regardless of how fast or how slow one learns. you would be able to do it. Okay, so you start with statistics, Microsoft Excel, Tableau, SQL, Python, data analysis and visualization, machine learning, and computer vision. You can see the progression. All right. So it's definitely, and you have somebody, you have experts that will literally be holding your hands and guiding you through the process of getting into the career path of a data scientist. So for beginners, experienced professionals looking to transition, all right, those are the target people for this training program. So even if you're a programmer before, we've had software developers coming through the training programs to move to make that switch into the data space. All right. But now learning statistics, Excel, Tableau, SQL, that amounts to 50% of the training program. All right. All these technical skills you've learned only amount to 50% of what you will get from the training program. Only amounts to 50% of what you will get. Now, you'll be wondering what's the other 50%? I'll tell you. Okay. Statistics all the way to computer vision. After learning that, that amounts to 50%. Okay. Now, this is your learning roadmap. It's a 3-month learning journey. 3 months of learning. Okay. So 3 months of learning, and you also get 1 month virtual internship. Now, this internship, I would explain more better when I get to the part for internship. But essentially, that internship is one of the key selling points, all right, that gets people into their first roles in data science, in data analysis, in business analysis, so on and so forth. Okay. So this training program is 3 months of learning. So you have 3 months of learning statistics, Excel, Tableau, SQL, so on and so forth. All the things I listed out in the previous slides. So you get to work on capstone projects, you get to work on different projects, you get to, honestly speaking, it's an immersive training program because you will be learning so much by working on live actual data set that has been used in the industry, data from real life scenarios. And I'm going to share them with you. I'm going to share some of the case studies with you, and you get to see how you learn from these case studies itself. All right. So virtual instructor-led classes. So you have someone like myself that has experience coming to speak to you on how this is being used in the industry. So we have some of the top guys in the industry that would be holding your hands and guiding you through your journey in data science. So virtual instructor-led training program, learn from industry best data professionals. All right. So the next thing is the class schedule. Okay. It's weekends. So don't worry, it's not going to be on Friday like this. The classes are on the weekends, Saturdays and on Sunday. All right. So classes are on Saturday. Major life classes only holds on Saturday. All right. The life classes only hold on Saturday. So in the morning, we have 2 sessions. All right. We have 2 sessions for 2 different types of people. So we have the morning session for people that are within the Nigerian time frame. So if you're in Nigeria, you're in Ghana, you're in across Europe, okay, you belong to the morning set of people. All right. So you can take a session between 11 a.m. to 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. That's 3 hours. 11 a.m. in the morning to 2 p.m. That's for people that are looking to, take the morning session. We also have the evening session, okay, that is between 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. All right. So morning on Saturdays, the session is between 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. And on Sunday, and on the morning session is between 11 to 2 on Saturday. And in the evening, it's between 4 to 7 p.m. So we have 2 sessions running on the same day, the morning session and the evening session on Saturday. Now, on Sunday, we have what we call self-paced watch me do it videos. Now, these videos basically are projects that you will build, okay? These are projects that you get to work on and you get to build during the weekend. All right. And you have to submit, you have to collaborate with some of your teammates. It's very immersive in the sense that we try to build, that scenario where you get to work as a data scientist. So live classes on Saturday, morning and evening session. Morning session is between 11 to 2 p.m. Evening session is between 4 to 7 p.m. And the last but not the least is recruitment packs, okay? Because that's the whole essence of you learning data science. It's not just for the fun of it. It's not just for you learning it. It's for you to get a better job, to get a job as a data scientist. That's exactly what you want to learn. So that's exactly what we'll be talking about in the next few slides. But this is just a well broken down, curriculum from what you'll be learning. So you can see on Excel, you learn statistical analysis and modeling in Excel. You learn predictive analytics and macros in Microsoft Excel. You learn forecasting techniques in the Microsoft Excel. So you do the same thing in Tableau and so on and so forth. So this is just a curriculum of you get the slides, so you will get to read through all these parts. Okay. So now, the other 50%, I told you earlier on that, this only amounts, all the technical skills you learn only amounts to 50% of the training program. Now, the other 50% is what we have here. Okay. First thing is CV review. CV review session. So we help you review your CV. Okay, so you've not worked as a data scientist before. Perfect. Okay, fine. We'll help you work on your CV to get that CV in front of recruiters. All right. Now, if you're in the UK, you're in Canada, you're in Europe, even in Nigeria, some companies are using what we call ATS. They have what we call application tracking software, all right, or system. Okay, so this ATS application basically weed out CVs that are not up to standard, that doesn't match a particular format, or doesn't contain certain keywords. So these are the things that we are going to teach you, and we're going to help you to review your CV. So once you start applying for jobs, you will start to get responses from potential recruiters and employers. Now, the next thing you're going to talk about is LinkedIn optimization. LinkedIn is definitely one of the best places to get a job. All right, it's one of the best places you can actually get a job. A lot of people underestimate LinkedIn because their LinkedIn profile is not optimized. You don't have an optimized LinkedIn profile. And I'm going to give a brief story about one of our participants here in the UK went through the training program, and essentially after the training program, we did LinkedIn optimization. This guy never used to get DMs, okay? Never used to get what we call in message in LinkedIn on LinkedIn. And after on LinkedIn optimization, just a few days after LinkedIn optimization, this guy got 3 invites from 3 major banks here in the UK. So we had HSBC, we have Bank of America, and we had consulting company KPMG. Eventually got a job with HSBC. Currently works, as a data analyst, data compliance analyst with HSBC. So those are the benefits that you're lacking at the moment that you don't know you don't have. All right, that is hindering you for getting that next job. So we do the CV review, we do LinkedIn optimization, we do Upwork optimization. So we have quite a number of people in Canada, all right, people working with freelancing for people across Canada, all right, you don't need to go to the office. You're in the UK, if you have that 20-hour limit, you can work freelancing for people across the world. All right, so Upwork is, a free, and I'm just going to show you quickly how Upwork works. And I'm just going to quickly show you Upwork. All right, so this is Upwork, and you see marketplace for freelancers, okay? Find work for your skill. I'm going to go to find work for your skill, and I'm going to scroll down to data science. You see data science there. Looking for a data scientist programmer, okay? And I'm just going to show you what amount this is going for. So you can see this is a duration of 1 to 3 months, okay? This is a freelance position posted about 18 hours ago, and hourly $500 to $900 hour. Okay, hourly 552 900 52 $900 per hour, and the duration is for 1 to 3 months. Some of these roles they get what they call it. They get reviewed, and you continue to do the role for as long as you want. Okay, so I'm just going to go back to, and you see there are quite a number of roles that you have there: data analyst, engineer, and Google Sheet experts. These are things that you learn. All right, seek for data science and insight analyst. All right, so you see quite a number of roles. And the good thing about this training program is you can shuffle as a data scientist, You can also shuffle as a data analyst, you can see data analytics freelancer. All right. You can see data entry specialist. You can see database design. You can see data visualization specialist. These are the things that you're going to learn, okay, from the training program, from Excel to Tableau to Python. So you can actually start to take on freelancing job across this. You can see here, Excel freelancer. All right. So if you're good at Excel, you can actually just be working freelance as an Excel professional, Excel macro expert, data analyst, Excel workbook assistant. You quite a number of roles in here that you can actually work as. And that's exactly what we're going to open up to you. Okay. The word of freelancing. So if you don't want to work fully, you don't want to work, you just want to be your house and work remotely for somebody else, somewhere else entirely and earn in dollars. People are all paid in dollars. All right. So these are the benefit of you going through the Upwork optimization program session. So we're going to do that for you. CV review, link optimization, Upwork optimization. Now the next thing is navigating the job market. Okay. Quite a number of you don't know where to apply for jobs. Trust me, you don't, because you are new to data science. You've never searched for a job as a data scientist. What type of job should I search for? That's one of the most questions I get. So I've finished learning data science. I learned, I've been learning by myself. Where do I get a job? Where do I apply for remote jobs and all these things? That's what we do here for you, navigating the job market. So you're in the UK, you're looking for sponsorship jobs, we do that for you here. You are in Canada, you're in the US, you're looking for a job, you want to place that job. What types of job can you do? What kind of roles can you take on? That's exactly what we do in the navigating the job market sessions. Now the other thing also is recommendation and reference letter. Recommendation and reference letter. And I'm going to just quickly show you a tip. Okay. Let me see if I can let me see if I can quickly give you a tip. Because we have one of our participants that just got a job, and I'll show you the email that came in requesting for verification. All right, I'll blow out his name so that you will see his name. I'll show you my email. Okay, just coming, just give me a second. I'm just gonna take a snip of it. So you see the emails that came in, and you can see the timing and everything that comes in there. Sorry. I'm just going to show you because everybody feels like recommendation letters are not serious. Okay, it's not a big deal, but you see why it's a big deal, because that's what we tell most people. It's very important that you do this. Okay, that you do recommendation letter. So I'm just going to show you the recommendation letter and why it is very important. Okay, why it is very important. Okay, I just want to blur the guy's name. So about confidentiality issues here. Sorry. So this is proof to tell you that we have people that are getting jobs. So you can see this, okay? So this is just a snip of my email. This was from June. June, that was yesterday. All right, so some notification came in, but you can see here, experience reference, okay? Candidate verifier, reference request for home, and that's it. Okay. So you can see these are the things that you get to see for people requesting for reference. Okay, people requesting for reference for all these for participants, and these are people getting jobs currently. Yeah, this guy currently is in Canada. All right, we have people this same request coming for people in the UK, people looking for sponsorship jobs and all that. And these are the things that we do for people. We give you recommendation, we give you reference letter, we give you all the things that you need in order for you to get that next job that you're looking for. So this is what we're doing. Ordinary this week alone, just this week alone, just this week, I have done more than 5 reference letter, all right, for people that got jobs just this week. Data analyst, data science, business analysis, that's what we do. We train people to get jobs. So anywhere you are in the world, that's exactly what we are doing. The next but not the least thing is job and interview preparation. So you apply for a job, you've never done an interview before as a data scientist, you don't know what kind of question they're going to ask you. We are going to prepare you for that role. we will prepare you for the job itself. We will prepare you for the job itself, for the job interview. So we do that job interview, we prepare you, we do mock interviews, we ask you questions, you come up with several techniques on how you can answer questions. So we have the STAR technique for you answering situational based question. We have the SIT technique to tell me about yourself. So tell me about yourself is a very, very technical question. Okay. And a lot of people fail interviews because of that simple question. Tell me about yourself. So we're going to do all that for you, prepare you for the job. And we also have weekly mentorship sessions every Wednesday. All right. So these are the things that we put together. So this amounts to the other 50%. So you see, you learning technical skill is not enough. It's not enough. And that's why you see people learning on YouTube, people learning on Udemy. They will come and send me messages. If I just got a certificate from Udemy, where can I do free internship? All right, where can I get free internship? And I'm looking at these people because they lack what we want, they lack mentorship, they lack mentorship. So yes, you can go and learn on Udemy and on YouTube and all that, but trust me, you will not know how to transition because it's not only technical that gets you the role, it's also the soft skills that gets you the job. Your CV meeting up to ATS standards? Your LinkedIn profile, is it optimized? Your Upwork, do you have an optimized Upwork for you to work freelancing? You have, do you know how to navigate the job market? Do you know all these things? If they need reference, who are they going to call? You've never worked as a data scientist before. Well, going through to analytics, we can offer you that recommendation. You can claim work experience working with analytics. So these are the things that we do for our participants that come through our program and help them get the jobs they are looking for. All right. So that's basically what you need to go through. So some of the job roles you can take on after the training program, you can work as a data analyst, data engineer, data scientist, data architect, AI engineer, machine learning engineer, data analytics manager, and what we call a business intelligence developer. All right. So you're going to learn Python. You're going to learn how to work with GitHub, Slack, Tableau, Python, Excel. Medium. You work with Medium. You work with LinkedIn. You work with Kaggle. You get quite a number of projects under your portfolio. So you get that 1 month free internship. All right. You get to build projects. Okay. Lots of projects. I'm going to share some of them with you. Gain online presence and for job visibility, like I rightly said, coaching and mentoring. This is the thing. We bring in industry experts, and I'm going to share some of their CVs with you shortly. So this internship here, the internship program is a fantastic one. It's a fantastic one because this is where you now start to hone your skill. This is where you now start to hone your skill as a data scientist. All right. So you can add the internship to your CV, first of all. You can add it to your CV to tell people that you have worked as a data scientist. All right. You have 1 month to own your skill. You get to work on 6 additional projects. Okay. 6 additional projects will be added to your portfolio, making it 12. So it's not the certificate that gets you the job, it's the projects that you worked on. Okay. Project review with an expert. So your projects will be reviewed with industry experts, tell you what you did correctly, tell you what you did wrong, and so on and so forth. So it's 1 month internship where you get to now work as a data scientist in an actual scenario based environment. Okay. And these are the projects, some of the projects I'll share with you as we go on. So the growth internship is a fantastic one because we actually now have an immersive session where we have different training programs that we run. So we bring in the data engineer, we bring in the data analyst, we bring in the data scientist, we bring in the business analyst all together. They work together. So the data engineer brings in the data, we data scientists will do what? We'll do predictive analytics, we'll do machine learning, you'll do all those things. And you can use this as work experience, essentially. All right. This thing we build an ecosystem or a community of data professionals that you can work with and you can claim work experience. And that's you putting that on your CV, gives you that experience that people are looking for. That free internship experience. Oh, where can I work for free? Where can I do this for free? We are giving it for you for free also. All right. So the 1 month internship is free of charge. You don't need to pay for it. So the global demand for tech talent, this is something that we're all familiar with. We also, I would, during the training program, we go into details on how you can apply for all this. In Canada, we have the Global Talent Stream Program, which is one of the fastest way for you to go into Canada. It's about 2 weeks. So once you get a job in Canada, you apply, and it takes about 2 weeks for you to get your card, your invitation, all right, in order for you to come into Canada. 2 weeks is the fastest way to, faster than education, all right, faster than PR, faster than any other means. Okay, so we have the Global Talent Stream Program. The UK has the Global Talent Visa. Germany has Blue Card Scheme. Singapore has Tech Pass Program. Australia has the Global Talent Visa. France has the global French Tech Visa Program, Critical Skills Employment Permit Program for Ireland. Now, all these permits, all these what do you call it? All these avenues or all these schemes are for tech talent, people that have tech talent. So if you look at yourself and you cannot claim any form of experience working as a tech talent, then this training program is designed for you. It's designed solely for you. All right. So we'll do more talk during the training program, explain all the process, all the things you need to know about this particular process in order for you to apply for this kind of roles, how to apply for this kind of visas, and so on and so forth. So these are the additional benefits you going through the training program. Now, additional opportunities, okay? You can work freelancing, okay, as a data scientist. And some of the places you can get this is on LinkedIn, remote.co, Upwork, Indeed, Well Found. Honestly speaking, this is just a tip of the iceberg. Trust me, the reason why I'm putting this in front of you is because I know everybody knows LinkedIn. Upwork, to a large extent, quite a number of people are doing Upwork. Remote.co also is another very popular site. Okay, Indeed is something we are all familiar with. Well Found is also is also a very popular one. And I'm just going to show you quickly Well Found, so you can check it out for yourself. So well founded, I mean, well founded is, okay, not well founded, sorry, well found. Okay, so I'm going to look for, we're just going to scroll down and I'm going to say, no, I'm not going to sign up for job seekers. So I'm just going to look for browse job, and you see these are all freelancing jobs, freelance, 100% freelance, not freelance, but full-time job or remote, full-time offers, but remote, only remote. So you can see here, data and analytics jobs, all right? So you can see a data engineer role, a data insight engineer, and you can see this is between 60 to $90,000. This is fully remote opportunities. We have data scientists, data engineer, and biotech. This is 160 to $170,000. So data engineer also we have 100,000 to 120. These numbers look unreal, all right. And I want you guys to register for Well Found and see the various. So you can see if I click on View All Jobs, it's going to ask me to create an account. So if you want to get to see all the jobs you have there on Well Founded or Well Found, you get to see all these jobs. Jobs are available. Now, people know get skills. That's the only problem. Okay, jobs are available. It's just that people don't have the skills to take on these jobs. And that's essentially why we designed this training program to get this training program is not just for the skill alone. It's so that we can get more. A DJ was doing an introduction. An introduction was basically saying how to get people into tech, more Nigerians, more Africans, more people in the Black community into the tech environment. That's basically what we're doing. So this training program is, yes, it's technical. You're going to learn Tableau, you're going to learn Excel, you're going to learn all the technical skills. But essentially, the key thing is for you to get a job after the training program. So some of the facilitators, you have myself, okay, close to a decade experience, data science, data analytics, business intelligence, engineering, and so on and so forth. I have a master's. I have worked across some of the biggest firms here in the UK, in Europe, across Europe, and even in the US also. All right. So we have Brima, Senior Data Associate with Analytics, close to 5 years experience, deploying data science and initiative for businesses across Africa and Europe. One of the top ones in the analytics, what we do here at analytics. All right. So we have Toma also, over 10 years experience in the IT industry, has deployed expertise in several roles, including business analyst, system analyst, data analyst, and project manager. So these are the people that you're going to be working with. Also, we have Obi now, based in Canada. All right. And in previous experience, he used to work with one of the largest banks in Africa. And you see here, he has been instrumental in the technical product support for flagship digital and retail products, generating billions of naira annually. So you're going to be working with people that have industry experience, people that are using this to make, make build products of the future, essentially. All right. So we also have Ibrahim and Marshall, machine learning engineer with what? Brian Dental UK. All right. And you see, he completed a data science fellowship in Faculty AI, where he created a Belgian toolbox to predict chances of survival in patients. So he is a doctor. All right. He's still a doctor, but currently is using machine learning within the medical space. All right. And that's why we tell most people you don't need to approach yourself from where you are. Okay. You're an engineer, you're a doctor, you are whatever you used to do before. You don't need to approach yourself. You can actually tailor data science to what you do in your day to day. So you're a pharmacist, you are an engineer, you're a doctor. These are the things that we try to tell. And this is why we're bringing people that have decent experience to come and tell you how you can actually transition. All right. We also have, a Big Four consultant, all right, and he has deployed data AI solutions for some of the top firms here in the UK. So Abdulrahman is a fantastic facilitator, fantastic professional, and is going to be working with you to get you that experience that you're looking for. We have data analysts with DPD. DPD is is the largest logistics company here in Europe. So they deliver across the whole of Europe. So you have Chinazam, solid facilitator that will be holding your hands and guiding you through the process of, becoming a data scientist. We also have the lead data and insights analyst with Softcom, over 5 years experience deploying analytic solutions for banks, sports betting, energy, and fintech companies back in Nigeria. So you see, these are the kind of people that you're going to be working with that will literally be holding your hands and guiding you through the way to becoming a data scientist. So that's what we're going to be doing. And these are the people that will be working with you. Some of the people that will be working with you. All right. So you can see this is a computer vision application built by our students. So you can see some of them. You can see this is an hand detection program. You can see this is the hand detection program. This is a full body pose detection program. And you can see everyone testing their applications out. So everybody's testing out the application. I see these are the kind of projects that you will get to work on. These are some of the projects you will get to work on. All right. So all projects, all hands-on projects, all projects that you can add to your portfolio that you personally will be excited to share with a professional that you'll be able to share with a recruiter, an employer, and this is what I have built. All right. Now, I know a lot of people are sending me personal messages to ask me how much is the training program? Is it for free? Now, the answer is absolutely. The answer is no. All right. The next training program is going to start on the 1st of July, 2023. The next training program is going to start on the 1st of July, 2023, full stack data science. And it's going to cost £400 either in the UK or across Europe. It's going to cost you £400. And in terms of Naira, it is 320,000 Naira equivalent. Okay. So is it that you pay in pounds of £400, okay, or you pay Naira of 320,000 Naira. Now, the good thing, if you can pay in 2 installments, okay, £250 and £150, 2 installments of 250 and 150, or 200,000 Naira and 120,000 Naira to balance. Now, for people that wait till the end of the session, like I said, I have a special offer for you. Only for people that wait till the end. Don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody. It's just between the two of us. Okay. Now, there's an early bird discount. Okay. There's an early bird discount for the first 20 people to register. First 20 people to register. So we have the 1st of July. It's starting on the 1st of July, like I rightly said. That's the 1st of July is a Saturday. So you're going to be starting your class on the 1st of July. All right. Now we're running the early bird discount for the first 20 people to register. For the first 20 people to register. Okay. So this particular discount is going to be 300. So rather than you paying £400, you're paying £300. So rather than you paying £400, you'll be paying £300. And you can still pay in 2 installments of 200 and £100. Now, make the first payment to register and balance the second payment in the first month. After the first month into the program. So you have 1 month, a grace of 1 month to balance the money, all right, the second payment. So £300 you can pay in 2 installments, £200 for the first installment, and £100 for the second installment. And the second installment comes in 1 month into the program. Okay, so you have enough time. That's going to be sometime in August that you can balance the payment. So you can pay in Naira also. The fee in Naira is 270,000, and you can pay in 2 installments of 180 and 90,000 Naira. $400 if you're going to be paying in dollars. You can pay $300 and $100 in Canadian dollars, 500 Canadian dollars in 2 installments, 350 Canadian dollars and 150 Canadian dollars. Techno C16, thank you very much. All right. And if you want to pay using your card, you can pay the foreign card payments, full payments. You have the links that are there made available for you. So if you check the chat, you see my colleague has been posting it, Brian has been posting it. You can see the links that are there, all right? And you can use the links to make payments. So this discount is only available for the first 20 people. Now, let me tell you what typically happens, okay, because of this early bird. Put out on the call would say that, oh, they have enough time, okay? Oh, I know this program is going to start on the 1st of July, so I have enough time to make payment. But they forget to tell you it's only available for the first 20 people. Now, let me tell you what happened in the last class. Let me just show you a quick glimpse of the class. I'm just going to show you a quick glimpse of the class so you see exactly what I'm talking about. I'm going to show you a quick glimpse of the class, okay? And like I said, everything is kept. Every program is coded in a way that you would always have access to them. Let me just show you. This is the last code. This is code 15. This is the code that started last month. All right, that's the month of May. Just May, okay? And you can see the number of people. We have 41 people in this class. We have 41 people in this class. Now, these people, I had people that reached out to me to say that, oh, if you meant I attended this program earlier on, please, how can I get the discount? And I thought, sadly, the class is filled up. If you want to pay, you need to pay £400. You will need to pay £400. So 20 people, 21 people, okay, out of the students that you have here that paid £400 to attend the session. So please, you have time. Okay, I'm not saying you have time. I'm saying you need to make payments in order for you to secure your space in the session. All right, rather than you paying the original fee of £400, you are here already. Please ensure you secure your position as part of the first top 20 people to make payments. Now, let me just show you the class. You can see the classes that you have here, and I'm just going to go to the first class, okay? So you see every material is stored here. So you have the recording, you have the materials, you have the recording, you have everything laid out in all the classes. Now, this is the first class, dashboarding class 1, using Microsoft Excel, okay? So these are all actual case studies. These are all real-life case studies of real-life businesses that we have worked on as data professionals. So I've worked as a consultant, I've worked as a data analyst, data scientist, and these projects that I've worked on, real-life projects, are what we use to train our participants. Now, let me give you a very good example. So Legacy Group, also known as Legacy's Media and Entertainment, this is an actual, media company, but we have changed the names, obviously, because of GDPR rules and all that. So we don't keep the names, and we make some slight adjustment here and there, just so that you don't know the company we are working on. But essentially, these are actual businesses, actual real life scenarios. So the problem statement is legacy group is experiencing employee absenteeism. So people are leaving work, people don't come to work, people don't even call in. Okay. So they don't even know, people don't even give reasons why they don't come in. So there was a high rate of absenteeism. Now, what we're doing now is to use data science to tell people why people are not coming to the office, why people are not coming to the office, the type of people that are always absent, so on and so forth. So you see, everything is here. All right. And let me just show you the class. You can see this is the recording of the class. So even if you missed out on the class, you see this is Toma. Toma is one of our senior data analysts, senior data associates here at 10 Analytics. And they are part of the people that will be holding your hands and guiding you through the process of becoming a data scientist. So you see, this is the recording of the session, and all the classes come like this: the material, the case study, and the recording. And I'm just going to just fast forward it to the end so you can see the reports they actually built in class. Okay, the report, the case study they built in class. And now you see they had a project presentation today. Unfortunately, I could not meet it. I couldn't meet up with the presentation. But essentially, they have group work. You see, group project, Blossom Bank. This is another case study. All right, this is another case study that has been given to them. Now, this is, there are different banking systems in Nigeria, microfinance and all that. So this is an actual bank, okay, that we've worked on, all right, and we're using it to give a project to the student. This is another project again that they are working on. So you see, Blossom Bank, also known as BBC, BBPLC, is a multinational bank, financial services group. The problem statement is Blossom Bank wants to streamline and automate its loan eligibility assessment process. Now, that's the problem. They've been burnt several times in terms of giving out loan to the wrong set of people. So they want to know, okay, as a data scientist, how would you be able to come up with this loan eligibility assessment process, real time based on customer details, and you have the data, the ID of the customer, the age of the customer, the job. How do you use this data to prepare a loan eligibility assessment process? So these are the projects that you'll be working on, projects that would you can talk to, okay, that you can easily talk to you can talk to recruiters about that. So you can see the reports they're building in class. These are them working on this particular project in class. All right. And you can see they spend quite a number of time, even though it's supposed to be 3 hours, they did about 4 hours plus. All right. But that's just to show that they will finish majority of the things that you need to do. All right. So you have the data, you do your analysis, you do your visualization, you build descriptive, diagnostic analytics to get things done. All right. We also have, you see, everything is there. I don't want to talk too much, but this code 14, and you can see all the classes, all the materials from the first class, the welcome kit, from the first class to the last class, SQL. All right. So this is the SQL class they're going to be having this weekend. They're having an SQL class this weekend. You can see the material, the link to join has been sent already. Everybody knows that having a class between 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday. So mentorship session we had yesterday, we had the mentorship session. You can see all the mentorship session, SQL drop-in sessions. Okay, you see Tableau live class. Let me just show you what they did in Tableau live class. So you see, this is a case study. I'm just going to give you a quick glimpse of the case study. All right. All right, problem statement. This is an e-commerce company, the leading provider of catering for businesses and individuals in high quality office supplies, furniture, an actual business. Like I said, we've adjusted the names, but it's an actual business that we work on. So to drive sales growth and remain competitive, other experts understands the pivotal role of sales analysis and gathering valuable insight. This is another case study that you're going to be using Tableau to provide solutions to for the business. So you're going to be doing all this kind of analysis in order for you to come up with solutions. So these are the projects you're going to be adding to your portfolio. I'm just going to give you a glimpse of the projects. This is handled by Brahima. So Brahima, as you can see, Edidion and Brahima, they are, see people that will be working with you to getting you into your desired career path. People that have experience, worked, deployed data science, machine learning initiative across different businesses in Africa and across, across Europe also. So you see all the videos are there, materials are there, recordings are there. So even if you miss a class, you can always have access to the recording. All right. So anyways, please ensure you're part of the first 20 people to register, okay? And I'll be taking questions before we call it a day. So let me see, Brahma, do we have anybody coming in? Or Egidio, do we have anyone coming in?
Yes, we have two
Okay.
participants already on the call.
Okay, right. I think I can see them. Fumdi, correct? Fumdi, do you want to go first? So we have our participants here that are coming to speak. Fumdi, is it Fumdi? Fumdi, yeah. And Kunadu. Kunad, is it Kunadu? Kunadu?
Kunedu.
Kunadu. Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, let me just take
Okay, who is
Kunadu
going
first of all. Okay, let me take Fumdi. Fumdi, go ahead. You're
Yeah,
unmuted
this is
already.
Salau Latifat, actually.
Oh, Latifat, how are you?
I'm good.
Can you turn on your video so we can get to see you? So people can get to see your face.
Please don't let me turn on my video.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I would have loved people to see me, but I'm not prepared. I didn't know I would have to turn my video on. Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. Good evening. Welcome to Ten Analytics. And we would really like to have everyone join Ten Analytics. My journey with Ten Analytics has been very, 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 very awesome and wonderful. Wonderful because I have a little background. Before I joined Ten Analytics, I used to think, I know Excel now. What is in Excel? I know Excel. Well, there's nothing I don't know in Excel because I've joined some other online trainings like this in Nigeria. I don't want to mention names because I don't want to be like, number one, I don't want to market for them. And I don't want to demarket them anyways. I did some training. So I felt, wow, I know. Until when I now got to the UK, I'm currently doing my master's in data science. So when I met with some people and I knew, well, I don't know anything. That was when it dawned on me that I don't know anything. And I've been hearing about analytics. I follow up with analytics on Instagram during the hackathon in December. I was thrilled, I was moved, but I felt there's nothing new I wanted to learn because I wasn't even interested in Python. I didn't even like Python. When I hear Python, I just leave it. But I had to, because at some point in my journey in the master's degree, I discovered that I needed Python so much that I had to join Ten Analytics. And I thank God that I did when I did. In fact, I'm blaming myself today that why didn't I join Ten Analytics in December? Because if I had joined Ten Analytics, maybe I might not be doing the master's in data science right now, because I just see that it's a waste of, I won't say a waste of money because I'm here in the UK anyway. So I won't just call it a waste of money, but it is not what so many people out there think it is. Because to some other people and people like me, before being exposed to it, I usually think, once I'm done with the masters, I don't need any other thing. Until I started it, I now discovered that I don't even need the masters. It is Ten Analytics that I needed. So, and our first class was the statistics, and that was when I knew, when I watched the Watch Me Do It video, that's the most enjoying part of the training. I enjoyed the Watch Me video like, I watch it like I'm watching African Magic. That is just how I enjoy it. I enjoy watching it because even some of the videos, I watch it more than one time. I watch it repeatedly, because you will keep learning. At some point, I just looked at myself and I was like, so I didn't know anything when I thought I knew something. But now I can confidently call myself that, yes, I am ready to apply for a job and get a job. And when I get a job, I know, yes, I can do it. Because there is difference between you know it and you are confident about it. That is one thing that I've learned in analytics. I gained the knowledge and I gained the confidence. Not just the knowledge did I gained the confidence. And thanks to people like Efe, especially, and my sister, Edidiong. She's always there for me. I disturb her a lot. Not that she was there for me with only analytics job, even my personal master's program, she helped me out. And that was what blew me out of my, it really thrilled me, because when she helped me, she didn't collect anything from me. I didn't give her anything, but she did it with joy, and I was happy how it came out. And all through the journey, I've learned Excel, I've learned Tableau, I've learned SQL. These are things that I've done before, but I don't have when I did it, I don't even have the confidence. I can't even come out and say, I'm a data analyst, I'm a data scientist. No, I keep quiet. But now I talk with confidence. Even when I talk with my husband, at times when we discuss, I start using terms and it will be like, this your data thing is getting into you. And I'll tell him, don't worry, it's part of it. It's part of it. That is what analytics is. If you are not in analytics, it's just that you are not ready to transition into data, or you are not ready to join the data clique. In fact, my husband himself has introduced someone to analytics. The person is going to join in this July, this coming cohort. His friend, he wants to transition. He told his friend, please go and join. Ask my wife about analytics. Those guys are good. They are, because
absolutely.
he's seen everything.
All right, so, I think quite a number of people. I know we started quite late. We started
there is a lot to enjoy, to gain from analytics. A lot. I look at my CV and I look at myself and say, is this your CV?
You know, one thing I enjoy about
again is I've been, before I did my CV review, if I've gotten more than 100, we cannot further. But just with the CV review, and I just put the CV on, there's a particular site they gave us at the school for placements. And just yesterday, I got a mail that we took a look at your CV and you are a fit to this role, this, send a mail to so email. That's the first ever. I was glad before. And I was like, wow, is this me getting even if I don't get the role, but
at least you are there already.
Yes, that I can get a positive, without even applying, without going, positive email coming to me that please come and apply. We want you to apply. It's something that I'm very happy with.
Latifat, thanks a lot. Honestly speaking, the reason why I know it's late, majority, I know it's late already, but this is coming from testimonials of what people have gone through the training program and what they've gotten from it. So Salah, I know there's still much that I know we're still going to share so many testimonials, as we go on. All right. And I really appreciate you taking out of your time on a Friday to come and speak to people. So, in as much as I know we've taken quite a number of time, I would want you guys to be a little bit, to listen to what people have to say about the training program. All right. It's just these are people that have gone through the training program, and these are, the feedback that you need if you want to join the training program. All right. So, let me just bring in somebody else. Kunadu, do you want to go ahead, please?
Yes, please. Good evening, everybody. So I'll try and keep this as brief as possible. So my name is Konedu. I'm from Ghana. I live in Accra, and I have no data science background. I am a pure art student. I studied sociology and French, so I'm bilingual. And then I did a first degree, that's communications, then a master's in oil and gas management. So I have no clue. I had no clue as to what I was doing. So I heard about analytics on Instagram. And I was like, let's see how it goes. So I was following them. I mean, to do master classes, I'll partake, but I wasn't too sure. Then in March, they ran this program for women. They wanted to give International Women's Day. So the month of March was for women. And they said, oh, they're running a promo 50%. And I was like, okay, this won't hurt. So I paid for it and I joined. And so far, it's been great. I mean, from somebody who, like I said, I had no background in anything whatsoever. So I started from scratch, Excel, Tableau, and I mean, I've had my challenges, but Miss Brahma has been very supportive and very, very supportive. I mean, whenever there's an issue, I will text her, I will send her screenshots, we'll try and solve it. And so it's been great. And I think that I would recommend it to everybody that you should get this done. I mean, when there's mentorship sessions on Wednesday. If you missed it, there are recordings for you to listen to it so you can do whatever it says you should do, teach you how to work on your LinkedIn, your CV. I mean, I think there's an end-to-end process. So it's been great so far. I'm not done. We have SQL tomorrow. Yes, I'm not done, but so far so good. I mean, I've enjoyed it. Yeah.
Fantastic. Thanks a lot, Kanadu, for taking out time to, share your own experience with the training program. So, like I said, I think Kanadu is with thanks a lot. Sorry. With this particular one. So you see, they have the live class tomorrow, SQL. All right. And you see they have the meeting link already, for Saturday's class. That's tomorrow, actually. Okay. So 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. And you see quite a number of people joining from different parts of the country. So these are the things that you also get to benefit. So it's not just Nigerians, it's not just Africans. We have people from, across Europe, across, America, Canada that can join the program. So it's absolutely hands-on practical session. Now, a lot of people talk about the watch me do it video. All right. So you can see you have the watch me do it videos that will get you to practice more. All right. So it's not just the live classes that you're getting, you're also getting the watch me do it videos that would explain intricacies of what you're doing. And that's what Latifa was saying also, watching the watch me do it video repeatedly, as much as you can in order for her to get exactly what she's looking for. So you have everything. Watch me do it for Tableau, where you get to work on projects, build projects, work on a case study. Because essentially, what would get you to learn more is being on the case study. Now, let me show you see what these people did. This is Konado's group, Konado's this is Brahima. So yeah, Konado's group presentation, what they did in their own court. And I'm just gonna briefly go through it if we have enough time. We're almost done for today. We're actually done already. So I'm just gonna take a few questions and I'll call it a day. So like I said, the discount is only available for the first 20 people, only available for the first 20 people. So please, if you want to be part of the first 20 people to make payments, please make the payments now. And you can pay in 2 installments of 200 and 100 pounds. Okay. The first payment, you know, should be made to secure your position. And the second payment can come 1 month after the training has commenced. So you have enough, you have enough time for you to recuperate and then pay the balance itself. So somebody's asking about, I want to know the duration of the class. So the training program is for 3 months. Okay, it's for 3 months. All right, and it also comes with 1 month free internship. All right, it comes with 1 month free internship. 1 month free internship. So that's a total of what? 4 months you'll be working with Tenalytics. All right. So that's exactly what you're going to do. And its classes are on Saturdays. Live classes are on Saturday. So you have the morning class and you have the evening class. So even in Canada, you're in the US, you can take the evening classes between 4 to 7 p.m. All right. And in the morning, we have 11 to 2 p.m., 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Essentially, that's what we have for you guys. So, any other question? If you have any question, you can raise up your hand and I might. Oh, time is well spent already. So what we're going to do, what I'm going to do, so if you have any question, we're going to be having one-on-one sessions. I'm going to be having one-on-one sessions. So, but I will still say you should make the payment, secure your position, then you can have a one-on-one session with me. And we can actually, I would answer your questions. I would personally answer your questions. And if you have any concern, I would have enough time to take you through all the things you need to do. So I hope you guys learned a lot in this session today. I hope you guys learned a thing or two from the session we had today. Anybody? 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 Let me see from the chat. So if you learned a thing or two from the session, you can just drop a yes in the chat. Let's see. Let me see the number of yes. Great session. I do actually. Fantastic. Thanks a lot for that. Thanks a lot for the feedback. All right. Anyways, this is where we're going to draw the curtains for today. So I'll be looking forward to starting the session with you guys. 1st of July, the training is going to start. Discount is only available for the first 20 people. Discount is only available for the first 20 people. The time is well spent, and that's why I don't want to take too much of your time. If you have further questions, please, all right, please make payments for you to secure your discounts. All right. After the early bird discounts, everybody will have to pay the initial fee of £400. All right. Thank you very much. I'm not going to waste any time anymore. Thank you very much, and have a great evening. Cheers. Bye, and have a great one, everyone.